Tolu Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Yeah, Detroit. Destination restoration. Yeah, it's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go berserk. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Tearing back out the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Vision new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Detroit basketball. What up, though, everybody?
Woo.
Oh, falsetto. Oh, that better for you, bro? Hey, I'm taking requests tonight, man. Woo, man, oh man. What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Downtown Deuce Show with the boss.
Hi, guys.
Hope everybody is having a great Monday night. Boss, how we feeling?
I feel amazing. That was such a fun game to watch. It was just fun. Like, just fun. I can't believe it.
Look like Pistons basketball, right?
Wow. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Again, it was great to have Durant back. That he needed no time off to get back into rhythm. It was so fun. Man, you're right. It was fun, but it was fun for reasons for me. Like, it was nostalgic almost, like, 'cause it looked a lot like how Pistons basketball used to look when they were winning, when they were contending every year, right? So Absolutely.
It's been a long time since we've seen this consistently like this. You know, sometimes I'm like, but then it's like they continue to play the same way. Coach has them playing the right way. These guys are motivated, they're hungry. So it's just really nice to see it. It's really nice to see it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I texted you before. I was like, I'm a little worried because the Pacers are hungry. I watched them against the Raptors. They started off strong. They kind of fell off. They're hungry for a win. Kind of like we were in our streak. We kind of kept being like, well, maybe this is the game. Maybe this is the game. And I was a little bit like nervous because we have history with the Pacers. They still have really good guys. They were in the finals last year. They still have Siakam, Nemhard. I was, a little worried, but that was quelled quickly.
Yeah, you did tell me you were worried before the game. Like, I felt like this game would be a blowout. We talked about it. I said blowout. I felt like that because I feel like they kind of learned the lesson already from other teams, other games when they were playing inferior teams, like the Wizards, for example, and they kind of let their guard down, and it got spooky really quick. But also because we don't like the Pacers. No. Like every time we get a chance to beat them and to, put our neck on our foot on their neck, we do it. Oh, so I think that was the added motivation to go out and really make a statement, even though they got guys missing. So do we, right? Yeah, it was a statement game. It felt like early in the season for sure.
Yeah, and their guys missing, it's tough. I mean, this Pacers team, we don't like them right now, but they were fun to watch. They're another fun young team in the NBA. Yeah. But yeah, they have a lot of guys on their injury list, but Siakam, Nembhard, they were in. That's kind of like us having Ivy and Asar back compared to who we're playing with. So I consider it fair. I consider it a fair matchup. So I'm really proud of the guys and what they did tonight again.
For sure. Okay, so by the way, chat, we see you guys here, man. You guys are already deep per use, dropping the fire. The Pistons won again. Hey, the Pistons won again. Shout out GMAC Cash for sure. Guys, so let's move on to tonight's game, man. So the Pistons' fortune continues. The good times keep on rolling. Beginning with the fact that, they pushed their win streak to 10 games with the win over the Pacers, 127 to 112. And they moved to 12-2. 12-2, man, on the regular season. Nobody saw this start coming. The last time they won 10 straight was in 2007-2008 season, which was once again the last time they made the conference finals. I think that season they won 12 straight. What's up?
The Knicks lost.
Oh, so we 3.5 up.
We're 3.5 up.
Woo!
They lost by 2 to the Heat.
They lost by 2 to the Heat, man.
Should have been above them in rankings. Should have been above them in rankings. But
we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the power rankings for sure.
I just wanted to double check when you brought that up. When you brought up our win streak, our record, I was like, let me just look real quick and see how the Knicks are doing. So,
man,
he did it solid for us tonight.
No, that's great news. That's great news. The more they lose, the more we win. I love it. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so who knows? Maybe this is a sign of things to come for the Pistons. ECF, right? Like before, we don't know. The last time, I think the record or the most they had that season was 12 straight in that 07-08 year. I think before that was like 19. If my memory served me correctly, I think it was 1991 when they won 13 straight.
Okay.
I believe. I could be wrong. Y'all can fact check me on that. I'm just kind of going off the dome, but that's what I think. But either way, another great win for the Pistons. Let's go to the injury report, boss, and then we will go to some initial thoughts. I'll lead it off to you. So one of the differences, guys, between the Pistons and the Pacers is the depth. Straight up. Like, our bench is much deeper than the Pacers bench. And it's kind of reflected in the records between the two teams. We all know the injury bug is bitten both teams, right? Hallie's out. They got a lot of guys out. Nate Smith is out. Obi Toppin's out, guys like that. But so do we. We've had to weather the storm, and we have continued to win because of that. And despite that, that's the biggest difference. The Pistons understand, guys, that the season is not decided in December. Mm-hmm. And the most important thing is that we got to be as healthy as we can going into the spring months. And because we're allowing guys to rest and heal, it's opened up opportunities for guys like Daniss Jenkins, opportunities for guys like Javonte Green, opportunities for guys like Paul Reed, right?
Yeah.
And those guys, they get much needed playing time, which can really help us down the line. Best of both worlds. And we're getting a little bit healthier, right, boss? A little bit, not completely. Cade is still out.
One by one.
One by right. It seems like it's just one by one, which I'm cool with because we're still winning. It's crazy. Yeah. Cade was out. Asar was out. Tobias out. Jaden obviously out. Sass is still out. Bobby Clement is also out with the ankle injury. Another ankle injury, boss. I don't know what's going on with these ankles.
I know. I'm ready to bring the high tops back just to see.
Bro, I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah. But we did get JD back tonight, like boss mentioned.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
And he came back in a major way, which we're going to get to. And now we have a 3.5 game lead over second place, which is another reason why it's no need to really rush anybody back.
Yeah.
So, do you have any thoughts, boss, on the injury report or how we look despite it or anything on that?
Just that, I was happy to see Duren back. I'm glad he got playing time. He obviously did not, need to warm back up again. He came in and delivered one of his best games of the season.
Yep.
A 30-point double-double. And I understand why, they kept the questionables out. I think that's more important against the Hawks, who are also on a hot streak. I think they've won 5 in a row. 6,
yes.
Maybe 5. Okay. But I know that they're missing, probably Ricochet after that big injury, that big fall.
Yeah.
Which is scary. We don't want that. But, so I wasn't expecting Duren to play tonight because I thought maybe they'd use him tomorrow to take advantage of that. But yeah, I mean, again, slowly and surely, there's really no rush for anybody. So might as well just go until your ankles feel 100%.
Yeah.
It's hit. So
yeah, no, exactly. There's no even if we were on a losing streak, I still would this is still just November. We can get it right when we need to. So, but even more so when you're winning, it's like, what's the point?
Right. Exactly.
Really, literally, what's the point? Let's get more guys, more reps. Yeah. So for sure. So I agree with you there. So the Pistons with the starting 5 of Daniss Jenkins, Duncan Robinson, Holland, Isaiah Stewart, and Jalen Duren. And I was happy to see Stu back in the starting lineup. Last game, he didn't start. Last game, he came off the bench. Well, it was his first game back. So I'm happy to see him back in the starting lineup. I think he is going to be there to stay for the rest of the year, guys. You guys let me know what you think. Let us know what you think. But I think he needs to be right where he is, right in that spot. And tonight was another reason as to why. But boss, lead us off. What were some initial thoughts you have from this game tonight?
Oh man, I was just, like I told you, I had my hesitations just because they're hungry, and we've seen the Pistons hungry too. So I was still expecting a win, but maybe not, as big as a lead as we maintained throughout. I think we let them get back within 7 at the lowest.
Yep.
And then we just took off again. We didn't let them get anywhere, which is huge for our guys. Like, it's huge for them to be able to pull themselves off of those runs. And so I was just, I am thrilled with what happened. Couldn't be happy. It was just fun to watch. I just wanted to watch the game. We were making a play every possession, every other possession, whether it was, a lob, a nice assist. We're moving the ball well. Defense was incredible. We had 17 total stocks on the night, which is just nuts. And, the Pacers have threats and we shut them down.
Right.
So it is very cool to see, and it was physical in the first half. I was expecting a little bit more physicality in the second. With how
I liked it
in the first. Me too, of course, especially against the Pacers.
For sure.
But it was just a super fun game, and I'm happy that we topped off 10 wins off of that. It was great.
Right, cherry on top to get it up for sure.
Yes.
So here's what I thought, and you can let me know what you think. I felt like this was the best defensive effort all season long.
Okay.
From as far as team, everybody was involved defensively tonight. It wasn't like not just one particular guy didn't have a career high in blocks, even though Stu did, which is crazy. But it just felt like everybody was just locked in on that end of the floor. I know it was the Pacers. I know they're missing guys, but so are we. And I just felt like everybody just brought that mentality that we're going to play tough, physical Detroit defense. I mean, guys were flying around. Guys were communicating. The rotations were crisp for most of the night defensively. They just all played together. And I just felt like they were all willing to give up their bodies too in order to do it. Like, everybody was willing to put their body on the line, take a charge, just get back on defense, sprinting back. It was just crashing the glass. Like, everybody was just doing everything defensively. And that was really nice to see from everybody. You didn't see anybody getting in anybody else's ear. Like, we got to kick it up a notch. Like, no, they brought it. They all just brought it. And like you mentioned, the Pacers did play the Pistons tough early. They played hard, they played physical. But once both teams went to their benches is when the Pistons started to expand and build on that lead into a double-digit one. The Pistons are just deeper.
Yeah.
They're just deeper.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. And it was just crazy to say with 5 guys out that we rely on. And so, and that just goes to show again, like you mentioned, like, this is just so big for our depth right now to make sure that we stay healthy throughout the season. If there are injuries that take guys out for long extended periods of times, again, that we can cover it. Right. And so it is our third string guys, really coming in and again, winning against another NBA team. I know the Pacers are struggling. There's something in their head, but Siakam, like, shutting down Siakam is nothing to scoff at. Shutting down Nembhard is nothing to scoff at. Like, these guys are great NBA players. It was really cool. Yeah, I mean,
like you mentioned, Siakam's a tough cover. I felt like guys like Stu did a really good job.
He learned quickly. He got that first foul on that pump fake, and he never left the ground again. And the other guys also, I think, did really good off of their pump fakes. Nembhard, he had that. One things I do like about Nembhard is that he, pulls the chair. I think that's fun. But he got caught on Jenkins. I think it was because Jenkins was going backwards. Right. I think that was pulling the chair, but it doesn't look as conspicuous when a guy is going towards the basket. Yep. Jenkins was going backwards and Nembhard pulled the chair. So I didn't see who did it on him, but the minute I saw Jenkins go down, I was like, that's got to be Nembhard. So they're crafty guys, They were getting to the foul line at points. Matherin started hitting his shots, but we just rebounded. We grouped together, so it was cool.
For sure. The Pacers did make it interesting toward the end of the game via Benedict Matherin. Kind of got a little heater late. The Pistons really just kind of let their foot off the gas. They got a little bored. But they were able to get back on track not long after that. Javonte Green made one of his timely plays once again, like he always seems to do.
I was gonna say, I have a bunch of notes on him, and it always happens. They always seem to find him when they need to end a run, get some momentum back. They really he's great at that. And at first I thought it was coincidental because he was just hunting for it, but now I think it's intentional.
Oh, for sure. For sure. He has very good instincts. We're going to get to him, but he's got very good instincts, in-game instincts of just knowing what to do and when to do it, and then being able to execute. Like, he's a really good player. We'll get to him. Yeah. But yeah, the Pistons got it done tonight with their defense, man. They held the Pacers to, I think it was 33% in that first half. And they were able to just get out in transition and do what they do best. It was fun to see how many and the crowd was into the game too, man. You could see the crowd is having fun with this. Every turnover, every block, every steal, they were into the game.
I agree.
And you could see the Pistons were feeding off them. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that was just fun, and them booing. Like, I think they got Mather to boo back at them, and if you can get fans under your skin, that's a good sign. So yeah, the fans, I really appreciated that from you guys. And I mean, again, the Pacers we don't like them. It's a rivalry that's been renewed. I feel like in recent years, especially last year. I think we went 2-2 with them. We were pretty close. They were in our cup group. We beat them there. Like, and Hallie and Cade is a good matchup. So it was good to get that. And then and even the fans staying in it when we were at 20 points ahead,
Yeah, for sure.
That's the whole point.
I mean, for what we had to go through, man, we should not take advantage or take for granted any win.
Right.
Especially when it's dominant like this. Like, we can't have short memory and just start expecting this and get spoiled now. Like, let's not forget where we were just a couple years ago and look at us now. So this kind of turnaround this fast is not common. It's not common. So we just happen to have a great GM and a great, coaching staff and great guys on this team to help us to be able to do that.
Well, the turnaround is not common, but also, like Kelser mentioned during the game, what the Pistons are doing with their two-way players right now is not common. What they're doing with their deep bench is not common.
Right.
So they're just living up to their expectations, and they're bringing it every day. The next man up mentality.
Facts. It's
amazing. I sent you the interview, but I heard Tim Hardaway say the words "next man up" in his recent interview with the Nuggets, because he really popped off. But he got that from us. As someone who's watched the Nuggets, that's a mentality that he also, I think he's had, but we helped also,
it was reinforced here for sure.
Exactly. Reinforced 100%. Is the correct word. Thank you.
Yeah. 100%. I totally agree with that. I'm glad he's over there doing his thing too, but I think it took a little bit of Detroit over there to him.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. Where you're at.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get to some box scores. Boss, I'm gonna let you lead this off. We are going to start with our starting guard, Tank Daniss Jenkins, guys. Man, career high 26 points tonight, guys. On 11 for 21 overall. 1 of 5 from 3 is the only black mark really on his stat sheet tonight. He just couldn't get it to fall from 3. 3-4 from the free throw line. 2 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 4 turnovers in 33 minutes. So what did you see from Tank tonight, boss?
He started off a little slow in terms of shooting. You could tell he was trying to get the shot down, but then he cleaned it up and he just went to assists. And then once he's saw one go down, he started to really pick it up and got his career high 26 points.
Yep.
It was just cool. First of all, he had an ovation as he left.
That was cool.
He had an ovation.
That was dope.
And this is really cool. Again, just think about where he was 2 weeks ago. You couldn't imagine it. So I'm just really happy for him on that. Gosh, some of my notes are just, I saw him fly past McConnell. McConnell's a guy, and he realized that. And so you know what he did? He adjusted, and he's just like, well, I'm just going to have to beat you down the court. If you're going to stay in front of me, then what I'm going to have to do is beat you down the court. And he did. And he turned it into assists. He turned it into layups.
Yeah.
He had that one shot where he fumbled the ball in the paint and just threw it up and got it. He was looking really clean the second half of the game in terms of his shooting. He hit that 3 after the Pacers pulled close in the fourth. Poke away to Holland. Just came back at the end of the second and scored with that pull up. He just fade away on Siakam. We saw everything from tonight. We saw we saw the fadeaways, we saw the pull ups, we saw the layups, we saw the free throws. We saw the defense. He had the lob to JD. Oh my gosh, favorite play of the game. That beautiful. And you know why JD had to go so high? Because the lob was a little high, but he knew
he can go get it. Yeah,
he knew he could go get it. And then he did it again. And then did JD dunk it? No, but he caught it under and got it. And he just wanted in on that. And that's just huge to see when you know that JD and Cade have that connection. And that's what JD and Cade are kind of known for right now in the league. For Daniss to step in and fill those shoes. First time that Duren's back now with him is incredible. It was so fun. It was so fun.
It's funny you say that with the lobs because sometimes like guys like it when you make them extend. Like bigs like it if like guys like Dwight Howard or whoever, like Mark Stoudemire, like they like it when you kind of put it out there, so they can really show their athleticism.
It looked like he liked it.
And throw it down.
Camera on the bench a little longer for the Pacers because there are a couple angles where I saw just the Pacers' mouths drop also because when he threw that up, I was like, no way he gets it. Caught it. Oh my god.
Went and got it.
I truly. And then the play before was when, well, I guess we'll get to JD, but was when he had that nice fade away.
Oh my god, we going
free throw line. And I just know that it was stacked on each other. So
insane.
And Daniss recognized that it was that Jaden was hot. And one thing I also noticed from him is that when he realized that he was getting doubled and tripled, he would always throw to the weak side again. He's so good about drawing those guys and then just finding his guy in the corner. He had that one of Stu's threes that he made. I think he only made 2, but one of them was in the corner after Daniss drew the defense to the other side of the court. And I told you about his assists last time. They're like freaking, darts.
Beautiful.
Like he should have been in for golf yesterday, basically. He would have been a little more accurate.
You're not lying though.
I love golf. But
it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Daniss would have whipped it.
No, I definitely agree with you there. Let's get to some comments real quick.
Yeah.
Detroit Juice says, "Go DJ!" Hey,
I heard that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else we got. Rashad, what's going on, Rashad? Roscoe Jenkins, right? When are they going to change his contract? Ethan says he's our backup point guard for the foreseeable future. That's a good question. I mean, I would imagine it happens sometime soon because he's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
not even to the Cruise for sure. Dolly says Jenkins is Sasser and Schroeder combined. Right. Yeah. Because he's got the offense to go get a bucket. And he also has the ability to really be a floor general and distribute and make the right play at the right time. I like that. I like that for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I felt like he would be even better, which I love Schroeder, but I felt like he would be even better because of his decision making.
And I love Sasser,
right.
So yeah.
Right. Exactly. D says Dynasty is just getting started. I like that. Junkyard Dog. Just appreciate you. Organic says, I was incredibly impressed with Jenkins' cross-court passing. Yes. The skip passes, bro. The skip passes out of pick and roll. It looks like it's going for the lob. It's really going to the corner to Javonte. Those are beautiful. Yeah. He just sees the floor so well, man. That's the thing. Nikki, he's a nasty dog there. We got some nasty dogs on this team, man. We got some nasty dogs on this team. So, yeah, definitely, guys. Keep the comments coming. We're going to get to as many as we can. Boss is going to she's on it. So we're going to take care of that. Okay, so here's what I saw. I know I've been watching for a couple years now, but he still continues to impress me. Like I know I continue to be amazed with his game. It's like it seems like every other game he's showing me something new that he hasn't shown before.
Right.
And like you mentioned, he didn't really shoot well to start, but his facilitating was great.
Right. He adjusted. And it's funny because he and Nembhard were kind of getting into it. They were chirping back and forth. And I like Andrew Nembhard. I think he's a good player. Same. But this was a push tonight between those two. Daniss really held his own against him. And Nembhard is a very experienced player, like you mentioned. He's crafty. This is Daniss' 4th career start. So he's had some tough matchups the last few games between Nembhard and Tyrese Maxey. But in all of these occasions, he's continuing to show to hold his own and to show that like he's not going anywhere. He's going to be in their face all night. So that's the impressive part for me is that he hasn't even been here that long. Right.
And I saw the comment from Detroit Jew. I ain't gonna do it no more, bro. I've already done the victory lap a few times. Y'all know what it is, man. I love DJ. I've been watching him forever. I was saying he's gonna be that guy, and he's that guy, right? Yeah. So I appreciate you, Detroit Jew. You know what it is, bro. But yeah, like he said last post game, he said we a bunch of nasty dogs, and he's going to bring that against whomever he plays. Whoever's on the other side, he's going to bring that mentality, and that's what I like. He wants to get under your skin. Right. He wants to get your mind off the game. He wants to get you involved in this personal battle. It's like he's been here forever. It's like he's a vet.
Yeah.
That's the scary part is that he's doing this already. Where's he going to be by the end of the season or next year or even the All-Star break? So he's just been really impressive to me, just continuing to be that floor general, but also continuing to do everything else as far as he was able to get buckets whenever he wanted to. He couldn't knock down the 3-ball, but everything else he was able to do. He was able to get 2 feet in the paint over and over and over and over again and process quickly and make the right decision out of it. Yeah. Seeing the play before it happens. So he just continues to show that he's very consistent in his play. It's not like a flash in the pan like Linsanity. This dude is here to stay. He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. And the tech that he got, Mega Hustler, the tech that tech Daniss got from the refs was weak. I mean, I agree because it was taunting, and I mean, I was like, okay, well then give it to Mathurin for booing at the crowd,
right?
You know, but it to me, all this talking, we saw it last time with Maxey. People were like, well, they used to know each other. Now it's just this is just who he is. He's embodying the Detroit talk. I don't even care. I almost wish that like we got so far ahead in the fourth that Stu and Daniss could have said whatever they want and gotten kicked out.
Yep.
Because we really love him, but it was weak, but at the same time, like I love seeing Daniss out there talking. I love seeing him laughing, giggling.
Me too. I love it. I love it. It's just our culture, like what I just love about Detroit culture too. So we knew that he had that dog in him in terms of play, and now we're just seeing it with his attitude also. Right. Let's go to the super chat. I'm not sure if I really understand this one, but I'm going to pull it up anyway. Daniss is better than Reed. Paul Reed? Do you mean like they play different positions? I'm not.
Or Reed Shepherd.
Oh, man. Okay, no. We ain't gonna fight at all, bro. We ain't gonna fight at all. Like, no. We've been on that, right? But we would have been on that for a while. One went third in the draft and one went undrafted. And I bet you if they could do it over again, the Houston Rockets would do it over again for sure. Like many teams would. It's probably teams kicking themselves like, how did this dude go undrafted? Yeah. But no. Captain Negro Man, you are correct. He is definitely better than Reed Shepherd for sure. And a lot of other guys that he hasn't had a chance yet to prove because he hasn't played against them yet. But I think once he starts playing against some of these guys, he's going to start proving, like he's going to start showing where he is as far as the tiers and where he kind of ranks as far as these guys, because we haven't really seen him play against a lot of these guys quite yet. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is seeing how he's performing and stacking up against the top guards. We've seen him against Maxey, held his own tonight. Nembhard held his own, hitting game-tying threes, hitting half-court shots. Like he's taking advantage of every opportunity once again to show up every time. So I'm really, really proud of him. Yeah, for sure.
And like you said, it's just another awesome game. I think, he's definitely a contender for the belt tonight. I think it's between him and Duren, just for Duren's crazy backcourt. But otherwise, Daniss, and he really pulled it out again. Like he started slow offensively, but when we really needed to just keep our momentum and build the leads back was when he was hitting them. You know, third and fourth. So people have been in comments on social media like, well, Daniss is great. Like, let's see how long he can keep it up. Mm-hmm. Just another consistent great game from Daniss.
I know Cade is loving this. Cade over there, like, go ahead, bro. Do your thing, bro. Go ahead. My gosh. Post more, got some more headlines, bro. Do your thing. I don't even care. Like, it's nice for him to be able to just sit multiple games and win multiple games. Like they haven't lost since he's been down for sure, easily. Oh, so it's just like it's insane. But a few more things on Tink, man. He went. I saw him go to that midi fade over and over again. That's his shot. Yeah. That's one thing him and Jeremy have repped over and over and over again. So whenever he pulls it from the corner, it feels like it's going to be good. And the lobs you mentioned, it wasn't just JD. He had one to Ron too. Like you're seeing, he's just getting more and more comfortable with these guys, knowing what they like to do, where they like the ball. The timing is getting better, and that just comes with ripping it out. And you can see that him and Cade have been having conversations about the connection with JD. Yep. You can see it. Like you can see the timing is getting better because no player moves the same coming off the screen. Right. So as a big, you have to adjust to every player, their speed, their size, their angle, like all those things go into account. That's the difference between offensive foul and not. Right. So it's just nice to see that Daniss is getting the opportunity to rep out with JD, because it's like tonight, it seemed like Daniss was like, hey, man, I want some of that action. I want some of that lob action with JD. I want to be involved in being an assist for a poster. Yeah. So it's just cool to see him. It's not just a Cade and JD thing. It's like all these guys can play with each other. And once again, that's the beauty of having guys rest while other guys rep. Mm-hmm. So that's what I love to see too.
Ivy and JD also had a connection on the court. So this is just more guys that JD will build a connection with, no matter who is in at the time. Yep. Stu fouled out. We had Paul Reed in, but he had 5 fouls. He could have fouled out. So like JD, is now getting comfortable with every playmaker on the court. And so, just again, huge from Daniss, and just I really just appreciate his effort and his defense. Like he's always played with one steal. Yeah. I don't know if that's the one in the fourth where he poked it away and got out to Holland for the dunk, but he definitely, we talked about this, like sometimes deflections or just getting involved with other teammates doesn't really help the steal. So he did great staying in front of guys. I'm curious to see. Okay, so he had 4 personal fouls, but they, Siakam and Nembhard, they're very
They're good.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. I mean, Siakam is great at drawing fouls. They both are. They both have great pump fakes and stuff. So just really proud of him again for staying in front.
And even early, like he wasn't always able to convert at the rim.
Right.
But he was drawing defenders. He kept getting 2 feet in the paint and drawing defenders, and JD was able to clean it up time and time again.
He's 11 of 21 for 52%. I'm curious how many shots were after the first. I want to see how his percentage was after the first. I think he missed 4 in a row.
Yep.
So that's at least taking that up to then,
about 60, close to at least
60 plus percent, erasing that slow start, which again, he just adjusted to turn into assists. He just was like, all right, I'm not making my shots right now. What else can I do on this, on the floor to help my team? So I'm curious about that. I'll have to look into that.
Captain coming back says, enjoy Daniss now because he's playing himself into a contract that we can't afford. I think he meant to say. Well, here's the thing. I know that Trajan Lane is aware the same way we are of, how he's playing. That's probably something he's trying to figure out as we speak. Because you're right. Like it's a harsh reality of the cap.
Yeah.
This is not baseball, unfortunately. You can only work with what you have. And with the second apron having so many penalties now, right? These different aprons, like to where you lose your draft pick if you go, if you go too deep and things like that. They're really making it impossible for people to go over the cap unless they just want to be in, purgatory. So what you're right. So it's like it's gonna be some tough decisions to be made. It's gonna be, some of the fat is gonna have to get trimmed somewhere. And so look, I'm curious to see where it happens at. Go ahead.
It makes me respect a little bit more his decision not to extend Duren and Ivy. I don't think, guys, that those were personal. I don't think those were like, oh, well, we need to see more from you. Like, maybe slightly, but I think it was more a financial decision because now when it comes to the end of the season, when we're doing our whole lineup, it doesn't mean necessarily that Ivy and Duren will be paid less. It just means that we might make some move with some of our other guys. Who knows? Who knows what it means? But it at least gives us the flexibility to maintain him. If we do decide, Ivy and if Cade, which I think they will, Cade and Ivy 5 as a point guard, shooting guard combo, then Daniss can come in as the backup point guard,
Right.
That's what it is right now too. So.
Good point. No, that's a good point too. It just shows his patience.
Yes.
Once again, he's not in a rush to do anything, but at the same time, I'm sure he's having conversations with you guys to let them know that he is aware and that he cares about, getting them taken care of. It's just not a need to rush. As far as with signing guys to extensions, as far as with trades, he's just not going to rush anything. Absolutely. And that's what I love about him. He just takes his time. Let's get to Dominique Davis and then we will move on. Dominique says, short and sweet. I don't care if Halliburton was out and Turner was gone. F the Pacers. That is all. We got kids watching, so I had to bleep it out. But I agree with you wholeheartedly, bro. Did anybody see the look on Halliburton's face during the game? Yeah. He had his little smirk on his face like he was trying not to be mad, but you could tell he was really mad.
Yeah, he liked when mad when it went hot. And, I just like that you brought up Turner because here's the thing. Isaiah Jackson's not Turner. Nah, so even with Hallie healthy, I don't think the Pacers would be at the caliber they were at last year.
Agreed.
Miles Turner was a big piece of it. I think having a guy like that, because he was, it just, you kind of realize what you miss when they're gone. Because Miles Turner was just good at, even if he wasn't making shots, he was good at spacing. He was a big guy to play defense. He was grabbing the rebounds. So he's just not, they don't have a big like him.
Nope.
So again, it just almost is like, we have injuries, but you also let one of your best guys go.
Right.
A good rival on top of that. But
but the closest thing they have is Obi Toppin, and he didn't play tonight.
Right. And Obi's up and down as well. And he's not a 5.
Right. He's not a 5.
So Isaiah Jackson is the reason, and we'll get to him, but Jalen Duren owned Isaiah Jackson tonight. So
man.
And I think he would have gone hard against Miles Turner, but I don't think Miles Turner would have rolled over as easy. So
agreed. Yeah, agreed. It wouldn't have been as dominant of a performance as it was tonight for sure with Jackson. So Dominique, I definitely agree with you, bro. I don't care who was out. We had guys out all year and we're on a 10-game winning streak. So I ain't trying to hear, oh, we're hurt or the schedule. F all that. Like it doesn't matter. When you look at our circumstances, then you see that doesn't really even come into the conversation. Those are just for the haters. But Dominique, I wholeheartedly agree with you, bro. And as always, man, we appreciate the support that you always show us, man. So from the bottom, as you know, bro, I appreciate you, my dog. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. Let's go to Duncan Robinson. Okay. So, guys, tonight, Duncan Robinson finished with 13 points on 4 of 12 shooting overall. 3 for 11 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover in 34 minutes. So he didn't have a huge scoring output, played a lot of minutes, but I felt really good about this game.
Right?
I'm going to let you go ahead and tee it off.
I just think the 4 of 12 is the most shocking to me because to
Same.
me, it felt like he was hitting every 3. So maybe I just was just noticing I know he hit those 3 early.
That's what it was.
So he,
That's
but he
what it
only
was.
had 1 more basket? Really?
We had already extended the lead so far that you didn't even notice it.
That's just so crazy to me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And what I really noticed from him was the defense, because like you said last time, was just we appreciate his effort that, that we wanted to see from him. And it was just so apparent tonight. He had 2 steals, but he had deflections. He threw that charge. He blocked Walker's pass attempt after his offensive rebound in the first, and then drew the charge. That was like back-to-back plays.
Yep.
Got the offensive foul on Mathurin, stole a pass on inbound, steal the Green layup, the lob to Duren to stop the 6-0 run in the 4th, which was nice. He he faked pulling up for the 3 and got it down to Duren.
Yeah.
And I think he was just making smart decisions. He was having fun out there when he shot that technical free throw. And him and Ron and Daniss were doing rock, paper, scissors in the circle.
I saw that.
He would shoot it.
I saw that.
He didn't even get involved. He was turning around. He's like, "Nah, I got it."
Yep.
Smiling, laughing, and it's just such a for a new guy to the team, a new guy to the franchise this year. That's just really cool to see. Not even 20 games in, so
Right.
Really loved what I saw from Duncan tonight.
GVH. So what you're saying is that he was on his Tobias Harris tonight with that lob.
Yeah,
I saw that too. That was funny. It's almost like he pushed it, like he wanted to make sure he got it right, that he kind of botched it, but it was okay. It was okay. Duncan, listen, man, he was firing. He came out firing. We talked about the last few games. Like when he's not hesitating, is when he's at his best. That's when he's at his best. 4 for 12. I don't care. It's kind of like we said last year with Bees when he wouldn't shoot great, but he was just keep getting him up in the rhythm. Don't even notice.
I would have guessed at least 6 from 12 with some layups and stuff too.
Yeah. Right. It did feel like he had more than 4 field goal attempts to make because he had right. You mentioned like he got the DHOs. He was able to get into the paint and finish. I don't know.
He just had the threes. It's only the threes and then the technical.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's a good sign when it feels like it's more than that because that means the impact is there.
Exactly.
Before it was the opposite, right? So that's a great sign to me. But he's finding his groove. You can see like offensively, he's finding his groove, and I would not be surprised just from watching how he's playing right now if he's watching THJ film from last year.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that who's the better player. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to THJ or him. Like y'all can decide who's the better player. I'm just saying as far as how he's playing, especially defensively, it looks like he's been watching THJ. More like from last year. It was because not only is he moving well without the basketball and knocking down shots, but you mentioned the defense, the deflections, the charges, the steals, crashing the offensive glass on missed free throws.
Yeah.
Right?
4 assists.
Four assists.
Also a huge.
We saw him throwing lobs to JD.
Yeah.
So this is I think this is the best game I've seen from him as a Piston. Not box score wise, but as far as just feeling comfortable and being locked in and making an impact defensively. Like he had deflection, but you could see he's understanding the defensive schemes too. Like he was reading passes before they were made and was able to get the steal and get out in the break. Like he's understanding now how he's supposed to play defense for this team. Right. JB Bickerstaff, man, I don't know what he's doing, bro, but he is getting the most out of his guys. Like the vets, the young core. There hasn't been too many guys who have played under him as a Detroit Piston who have regressed.
Look, all of
our
guards tonight, all of them had a steal at least. That just goes to show the defense is big. Other than Levert, but then Levert and then Isaiah Stewart and Duren, but everyone else had at least 1 steal. And that's just the defense minded. So. Right.
Exactly. It's just the mentality. That's literally all we're looking for. So Detroit Drew said, just sticking his nose. Yeah, just sticking his nose in there, not being afraid to get in there. The way THJ used to just stick his nose in there and draw charges and have gashes in the back of his head, be out 2 games, come right back the next game and take another charge. Like just the mentality. He's starting to develop that. Chris says Duncan is playing great, not forcing nothing, not forcing anything, just playing his game, not forcing anything, but still being aggressive.
Yeah.
Right. That's the key. In rhythm, aggressive, pull it.
Yeah.
Dominic says the Thunder won again tonight too. They are what are they 13-1 now?
Yeah.
I think they're 13-1.
They're
That's
fantastic,
insane.
But they got the MVP on their team.
Right. Right,
and so,
exactly.
we're matching them. There's a couple teams that are on runs, and OKC is a tough team, guys. They're a tough team, but they're also, like we've mentioned, they're very deep. You can pull in Cason Wallace. You can pull in Alex Caruso. They're a deep defensive-minded team as well. I would be curious to see. I haven't seen many games with without Shea. I know that they've been without Jalen Williams for a while, but I'm just curious to see what their scheme would be without him, because they run almost every play through him, I would say.
Right.
So I think that we kind of have that up on them, is that we can rely. They can rely on their guys. I shouldn't say that, but I would just be curious to see. We're missing our Cade and a lot of our guys, what they would do if they were missing Shea and J. Will and Chet.
Or flip it and say, what if we were only missing Jaden?
Yeah.
The same way they're only missing Jalen.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when you look at it that way, it's like we're doing this without 5-6 guys, and when we're doing this, we're only a game behind them.
Yeah.
So what if
it's no hate to OKC? They're obviously really good.
No, not at all. But we're here.
Yes, exactly.
For sure. Go ahead. I mean, cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, that's like, I feel like whenever I comment about how the Pistons are doing, I hear but OKC, yes, there can be multiple good teams in the league at once, guys. That's what makes it fun. For sure. OKC they're living up to their expectations, and they're going to be a tough team to face when we battle them. But they're not, we're at their level again, like you just said, like without. It'd be like us just playing without Jaden, like we were at the start. So
and that's a scary thought. A few more comments. We'll keep it going, guys. Tony says Jay needs to get a McDice quality midi. I say Jermaine O'Neal. We'll get to that later, but I'm not mad at the McDice comparison at all. Yeah, for sure. And it's funny because we played his former team tonight, Pacers. That's funny. Yeah. Kenyatta said first game they said trade Duncan. I don't know. Yeah, some were saying that. I don't think we weren't saying trade him, but we were just we got to
less minutes. I wanted less minutes if you're not going to do anything, because he wasn't producing on either end.
Right.
And, giving him a shot. We were like, okay, let's see, how long is it going to take for him to be out of the starting lineup? And then it clicked. So
Yep. A few more comments. Organic says JB is like, you can hit the door if you don't play. Exactly. He's going to demand it from everybody. And it's like Duncan's buying in. Ryan says Bickerstaff has 110% buy-in from the players. Well said. They've all bought in. They all believe. And that's important. And you can see by how they're playing. They go on 110% every play. And I love it. All right. Let's move on, guys, to Ron Holland. So, guys, tonight, Ron Holland has 7 points on 3 for 6 shooting, 1 or 2 from 3, 7 rebounds. He rebounded well, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Man, that's the stat sheet stuffer. 3 turnovers in 30 minutes. Thoughts on Ron tonight?
I feel like, we've all been waiting for Ron to have a bounce back game. And this was better, I think, than his last few. 3 for 6 shooting says it enough. He's not driving to the basket every possession. There were a couple times he went into the paint. I was like, Ron. And he would pass it out. He would make the right play.
Exactly.
He was just making the better play. He played for 30 minutes, mostly because of his defense. I think he did a really good job staying in front of guys.
Yep.
Let me look at my notes. He had that block on Bradley in the first.
Yeah.
He hit that 3 in the second to rebuild the lead. That was a really important 3, and he hit it. They trusted him too.
Yep.
Found Stu in the corner again. Drew that charge on Nembhard.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth, when Mathurin was hot, he got back with Green. I think Mathurin stole it. He got back with Green to force Mathurin miss basket, which led to a turnover because it went out of bounds. So, I mean, I think this was again, the stat sheet doesn't necessarily reflect it in terms of offense, but this was his better of the last 4 games.
I agree. I totally agree with you. And it's not even just about box score. It's just about a mindset thing.
Yeah.
Right. And exactly, Drew. He did the dirty work tonight. I think for right now, that should be the focus. The same way for guys like Javonte Green, that's the focus. We know he can do more, but we always talk about this, right? What we need to do right now, just focus on the things that you're best at right now. And for me, boss, he's letting the game come to him.
Yeah.
Offensively. He's letting it just kind of come to him instead of trying to force the issue too much. And he's setting that tone defensively. 7 boards. That's the kind of stuff I want to see from Ron, because he plays big.
And right? Steals and a block,
Yes. The dirty work, like Detroit Drew says, just not forcing anything offensively and strapping up defensively. That's what I like. I think that should be his role right now. And honestly, I want to say this too. I was thinking about this during the game. One thing that after the last few games, I was saying I want to see from Ron is a better poker face.
Okay.
And here's what I mean. We all know that he plays with that emotional fire, right? That's one of his superpowers. He feeds off it. We love it. But sometimes when things aren't going your way, that lack of a poker face, that emotion can kind of affect your play.
Mm-hmm.
And because he's not been at his best offensively, and that's fine, we know he wants to break out of that.
Yeah.
But when he's not able to, it's like I've noticed him, not tonight, because I noticed it didn't happen tonight, but in previous games, he would drop his head. He'd throw his hands up when the shot wouldn't go in. It felt and looked good. It wouldn't go down. He'd drop his head, and the other team's going the other way, and now it's a 4-on-5, right?
Right.
So I know it's frustrating, but he's just got to stay locked in and just move on to the next play. Next play, next play, next play. I know it's, sometimes it's better just to not be so outward with your emotions. It's just to have that poker face. And I think that's just as important for him as his jump shot, because he feeds off of that. But it's about harnessing it and processing it the right way. And tonight, to his credit, he didn't do it.
Yeah. I mean,
you could see he was frustrated, but he would chill and just walk, next play. That's what I like to see from Ron.
I know exactly what you're talking about, because that's what I would see from Killian. The minute Killian missed his first shot, I was like, well, there goes the momentum, because he was a very also like rolling eyes kind of stuff, or just back up, kind of give up. He didn't make a port like so. And there's I'm not here to criticize Killian. I'm sure people have done that enough for him, but I just feel like it's that mindset, like you said. I feel like sometimes if you're outwardly showing it, then they're feeding off of it also.
They smell blood. Yeah, blood and water.
Knows how you feel. So I agree. And like Ron is very expressive, and I really love that about him in terms of, with his good stuff too. But I didn't see any big shoulder shrugs. I didn't see any like, come on, like, because he does get to the basket and he does get contact, but he's a young guy. You're not going to get the whistle often. And then, on top of not being, a star, you're going to get the whistle even less.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Like you said, just jumped up. So that's a really good point, because I think that just also went into me thinking like, oh, Ron's playing really well tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't see that from him either.
Right. And honestly, like I mentioned him last show, I'm going to shout him out again. The Rock Never Stops made a great point about that. It's like, as like one of the harsh truths is that like, as far as the NBA, he's not really known yet. He's not a household name. He is here because, we Detroit. So we going to rock with all our guys. And he's, we love Ron 100%. But you're not going to get those calls right now.
Yeah.
You're not going to. The same thing with JD before JD had this explosion, this breakout year. Last year, he'd be every play. And it's just like, bro, you're not going to get those calls yet. You haven't really proven it to the league yet, especially when the team, and at the time when he wasn't playing well, he was doing that. The team the previous year had lost 28 straight games. Yeah. So it's like, you're not going to get that. Yeah. You're not going to get that. So it's almost like, and he would say, go in without not even wanting a call.
Yeah.
Don't even look for a call. Don't foul hunt. Right. Just go in, and not saying these guys do, but it's just a mindset. Don't expect the call. Don't allow the outward noise to get to you. Just hoop. Right. Yeah. Just hoop. And over time you'll earn it. Right.
If it doesn't go in, just get back. So.
Just get back. Right. Yeah. Exactly. So, but I think tonight he did a great job of that. I thought he really focused on that. And you saw with his play, he wasn't out of control. He was very much under control with his play. He had one turnover where he lost the ball, tried to do a little too much, but after that he was solid. So,
and again, like without his offense, like we still did really well. So it's his defense that we're still relying upon. His offense will come. Someone said, Detroit, he'll get his turn. He'll get his just turn defense to offense.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
And like you mentioned, and we both mentioned, like when he's not forcing it, it's just he's still at 50% field goal for 3 of 6, but he's still making impact.
Yeah, and it's 3 for 6. So it's like, it wasn't like he took a ton of shots and didn't shoot a good percentage. He took a few shots and had a good percentage. So he's letting it come to him, and he's just making the focal point, the defense, and then he'll get easy buckets off of that eventually anyway. And that'll help him get out of his funk, right? Yeah. So for sure. All right, Dominique also says, my guy Ron's defense has been locked in. Yes, it has. But Ron hasn't had a crash out moment yet this season. That's why his offense has been inconsistent. I'm glad he hasn't, man. Like, it helps the team when he doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. It helps the team when he doesn't. He's better when that emotion is channeled and controlled. And when he's playing well, it's great.
Yeah.
It's just when he's not, it can hurt him. And
I've compared, I told you my compared when I was like, let's do Lions and Pistons compared. I compared Ron to J-Mo in their mindsets. And J-Mo also had a questionable decision yesterday that lost us a point,
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, come on, Russ. But it was the rules. And that's kind of how Ron is, just like, okay, buddy. Like in some of his, when he had his crash out moments, it was almost like, okay, Ron, but like that, it just goes to maturity again. But he's looking great. And it's actually,
but he's 20 years old too. He's very, very young. So it's like,
he's gonna have his. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Ron Ron will get his flagrants and his texts.
For sure. And some of them I'm gonna be happy about. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Exactly. I didn't mind Jenkins's tonight. I didn't mind Stew's.
Right.
We'll get to it, but I was a little nervous that his reputation would get him worse. But Cade was talking to him, some of these guys, and it just goes again to the Detroit stuff. And we love passionate guys like that. We want that emotion.
Facts.
We want that, which again is why we in Detroit love Ron, despite his numbers sometimes.
Yeah, we've always had those guys. I mean, the Dennis Robbins of the world, the Rick Mahorns of the world, the Bill Lambiers of the world, Rasheed Wallace's of the world. We've always had those guys when we were winning.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it at all. It's just a matter of, knowing when to do it. Because you never saw Rasheed do it in a moment when we really needed to.
Right.
He would try to channel it more times than not. So, but once again, he was a vet by that point. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why it's like Ron is 20, man. He's 20. He's going to have a lot more highs and lows, peaks and valleys throughout his career. But I guarantee you it's going to be worth it because the player he's going to turn into is going to make it worth it. So, yeah, for sure. Organic says, I'm turning a blind eye if and when Ron crashes out on the T-Wolves. Man, listen, man, we don't need that no more. Yeah. But if we can get a dominating win over them and then you can bark, right? If you back it up and then that's what I'd like to see. I wouldn't mind that at all. Yeah. At all. But with all the games you've had guys miss already, we don't need no guys missing any more games for any reason, including suspension. Right. So let's get everybody back and be healthy and be in their best behavior for now. And we'll go from there. But I agree with you to a point. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on. By the way, Ethan said if and when. That's funny. If and when. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to Isaiah Stewart. Beef Stew. So tonight, guys, Stu had 10 points on 3 of 7 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, only 2 rebounds, which is surprising, but not really when JD's doing what he's doing. Yeah. And then also Stu had 5 blocks, guys.
Oh, man.
Tying a career high. He had 3 of them on one play in like 3 or 4 seconds, which was crazy.
Yeah.
2 turnovers. He did foul out in 20 minutes. So what did you see from Dog Pound Senior tonight?
Oh my gosh. So 4 of his 5 blocks were on Bradley.
Really?
Yes. Because I have them all written down in order. I have blocked on Bradley, block on Bradley, then 2 more in a row on Bradley. So it was he met him at the rim. And he also had his other block was a straight arm block in the second, which I just love. I love when they don't move and they get the call. I don't know if that was on Matherin or Nemhard or who, but and then again we saw him. He learned quick from that first foul on Siakam.
Yeah,
he called him. He learned quick to just plant his feet.
Yep, he bit the first time. Yep.
Yeah, the 2 rebounds surprised me as well, just because he's in the paint. But again, I don't know if he maybe hit it out to someone too, because I could see that. Just did his job, and the 6 fouls, I don't even care because even when Greg Helster, when he got fouled out, he's like, well, he did his job, tonight. And Steve was just so fun to watch. The baskets that he hit that was 2 from 3-point land. That one in the corner, he hit those when needed as well. Just got in the basket. Yeah, he's fun with Duren. If Duren's in the paint with him, getting the rebounds, and he's grabbing the or hitting the blocks, that's fine with me. Just so excited to see him back. I just love his energy so much.
Stu said, when you get on the floor, throw them bold. 100% GVH. And he didn't even throw a crazy bowl. Like, I feel like in years past, he would have really hurt somebody in the past. Yeah, Gourmet Beef Stew, organic for sure. Tonight, he kind of pulled back a little bit, like he really wanted to do more. But once again, man, he's really showing growth too. We know that he, don't take much for him to be on 10, right? We've seen that, in the past. But once it seems like he's just more so kind of having more restraint. And it seems like, once again, coach is having a big part in that. You're seeing him so many times pull him to the side, come give him a bear hug and whisper something in his ear, like, bro, just, just chill. Count to 100, backwards, or count from 100 to 0 backwards. Like, you can just see that he's figured out a way to reach these guys, and they listen to him. They listen to him. So, like, once again, coach deserves credit, but so does Stu for really keeping it in check. I don't mind the 6 fouls at all. It's just the extracurricular that we don't need. He's not really doing it this year. Like, he had a flagrant foul, fine, but that could have went either way. In years past, he would have got ejected for that.
And JB was picking up for him, like, hey, like he did that because this guy Jackson's been physical on him all night, and you guys are. And that's how Stu is. Stu doesn't like to be bothered.
Right.
He's like, okay, like, I'll just keep going harder until one of us gets called for the foul. I don't care. And we're okay with that. And, then we saw him sit down with Cade too. And I know Cade was telling him, like, dude, like, you just, like, I get why you did it, but we need you. We need you.
Yeah.
That's the whole mindset too. And then, then he really just laid off. I don't think he was too physical. The rest of his fouls were warranted. He grabbed one of the guys to prevent them from scoring, one of the Pacers, and that was a good foul.
Yep.
He took smarter fouls, I feel like,
Yep.
towards the end. And I think he kind of knew that, at the end that they'd be okay without him. He was just saving baskets. So, so like you said, it could have gone worse. And
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's also just like the guy like we saw with Jenkins the other night when Jenkins and Maxey got into it. Like, he's going to show up. Yeah. He's like, you know what? If you're going to fight me. I don't care.
Right. Facts. Yeah. Facts. Exactly. Let's get some comments. Dominic says, still building neighborhoods for the community, one block at a time. That's the kind of guy he is, man. Like, he's always pouring back into the city, pouring back into his community for sure. Joe says, beef bouillon cube. Detroit Jew says, he knows we need him. That's growth. 100%. Yes. He knows we need him. Let's see. You can't take Stu out of the starting. Yeah, you can't. You can't. It's like you pull him now, you lose the tone that's being set. You lose that toughness that's being set. And that's no shade to Tobias. He's more of a finesse offensive player. But what this team needs to set the tone, to hit you in the mouth, right? To let the team, opposition know how the game is going to be played. You got to have him in the game to start the game. You got to set that tone early. Ethan says, still gets screwed by the reputation. He's been keeping his head far better, but the NBA wants the narrative. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Organic says, JB patting Stu's chest when he's hot is a decompressing tactic. I mean, yeah, whatever works. But once again, like, he knows what to do to get these. He understands these players individually. Yeah. He knows what makes him tick. He knows how to come. Like, that's very important as a coach to be able to have the ear of the players like that and to not want to disappoint your coach in that way and your team in that way. It says a lot. Absolutely. That says a lot. We got a great coach, man. Like, I don't know if we all realize how good of a coach he's got. Like, not only is he pressing the right buttons and still picking up dubs with all these guys hurt, but it's just like, go back to that last comment. What did it say?
It says, Nick's comment? Nick's so lucky Stu wasn't in that game 6. And
man, he didn't play after game 1.
No.
That's the crazy part. He got hurt in game 1, guys.
Yeah.
And tried to tough it out, wasn't able to. Yeah, if we have him in those games where Cade is hitting those threes from 35 feet, that don't happen, man. I'm sorry. That doesn't happen. Yeah. It just don't happen with Stu. He's not going to allow it.
I have to address this with Organic Lindo too. Situational. I'm joking. I don't know if this is referencing when we were talking about it. And because I even like the 2 big lineup, I thought would just be better situationally as well. But it's really worked and it's really sparked this team. So I take it back.
Okay. Respect. Yeah, I just feel like it's just a better fit.
Yeah.
When we're looking at the landscape of the East, all these 2 big lineups, the teams are gonna be in our way when it's time to get to playoff time. We gotta face those guys, and we got a taste of it and a glimpse of what it looked like without Stu in the starting lineup last year.
Right.
And we know that's not really gonna work if we want to get to the finals like we're trying to get to. Beating team after team after team in the playoffs that have 2 bigs is not likely. We don't have 2 bigs.
Right.
So it's just like you gotta fight fire with fire, and we have it.
Paul Reed, has also just solidified that he can come in and take the challenge if there's foul trouble.
Exactly.
Like tonight, like he's just helped prove that. And then when we get Tobias back, then that means that we have that as an advantage too at the 4. So
as an offensive punch off the bench. That's great. Like, you got Tobias with Caris and even Dink at times. If you want to have him in there as another guard, you have so many options with that second group. Well, so it's just like,
Tobias can stay in front of a guy on defense. I'm not saying he's up there blocking, but he stays in front of his guy. He's not terrible. So it's just another way to just again, to keep this 2 big lineup sustainable, you have to be able to bring in people when these guys need a break or when they're in foul trouble. And I think that Tobias and Paul Reed do great at that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like them against most backups in the league.
Yeah.
And once again, somebody was asking me earlier about, well, you lose offense with Stu, instead of Tobias at the 4. That's great. That's right. But you also have Jaden Ivey coming back to give you the offense right back.
Right.
And that's the whole point.
This whole week has proven is that we really just rely on our defense to support our offense.
Yep.
Our stops are what are getting us ahead of these games sometimes. So.
Yep. And even until Jaden comes back, I like the offensive punch and the offense of table setting that Daniss gives us.
Yes.
With Stu. So it's just like you still have a balanced starting 5 with offense and defense. You're just making sure you're setting the tone defensively with Stu there. And then you work around that. You don't take him out. You put him in there and make the rest of it work so it's balanced. That's how I see it. Yes, guys, we did see, I think you saw it too, boss, the Cade interview. A lot of people are asking about that. So look, we will try to get through the rest of the box score quickly because we know you guys want to get to that, so we're not here all night.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about that a little bit. So, boss, let's go ahead and move on to JD. JD, player of the game, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Him or Tank, you can give it to, but I'm going with JD tonight. 31 points, guys, tonight. 31 points on 12 or 13 from the field, man. And they weren't all lobs either. Some of the shots he was making were tough.
Yes.
12 or 13 overall, 92% overall, 7 for 11 from the free throw line. You got to get that up, bro. I need you to get that up. You've been in the 80s. I need you to stay in the 80s. And you stay in the 80s. What else? He had 15 boards, 3 assists, 1 turnover in 28 minutes. He's doing this efficiently every night now. This is getting crazy. What were your thoughts on JD tonight?
To come off of injury as well and do this, because sometimes, we give leniency to some guys like, hey, he's just getting warm again. I know he wasn't out for a long time, but 3 games, 4 games?
Yep.
Like, just awesome. And again, like you said, like he just played Isaiah Jackson one-on-one. He just knew he had the advantage. And not all of his baskets were dunks. He did have a lot of dunks, but they weren't all dunks. They weren't all layups. He had fadeaways. He was just pulling up and shooting. He was bringing it up. I think at least the 2 times that I noticed him bringing up the floor, he brought it straight to the basket. And whether that was a layup or a pull-up, he scored and he finished. So he created the offense for himself.
Exactly.
And 0 steals, 0 blocks. That kind of surprised me. I thought he definitely had some pressure in there at least.
0? Yeah, 0 stocks? That's these box scores kind of spooky tonight. I don't know.
I know.
Between Duncan and JD, I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I think that there was just, again, some more disruption in that he provided. 3 assists is like great for him too. The 2 of 13 field goal. That's crazy.
That's insane.
And again, guys, these weren't, I want to say at least 4. I have at least 4, but I would say 5 or 6 were not at the rim.
At all.
So, and like, I like the McDyess comparison. You were saying Jermaine O'Neal, which I would just be crazy. I think Jermaine O'Neal just had, I don't know, he's just a little smoother with it, but McDyess, the way that McDyess and Duren move is almost a little more similar.
Okay.
In terms of their builds.
Okay.
Than Jermaine O'Neal, but I like that comparison too. But he had the green light tonight and he showed it. He was excited. He was smiling, he was laughing, like he loved it. And again, that dunk from the lob from Daniss was just that was the play of the game for me. That was insane. That was crazy. So.
Insane, man. Look, this was me watching JD tonight.
Yeah.
Do y'all see this, man? For anybody who watched the broadcast tonight, they showed this, man, after that one of JD's. I think it was when he went between his legs and had that jumper. But this was me all night, man, just watching JD. I was amazed.
Yeah.
I was amazed. He was a man amongst boys tonight.
Yep, that's what Detroit Drew said.
Man, is that what he said? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Same thing. Yeah, 100%, bro. We on the same page for sure, man. Yeah, you see it. You see it. D. Davis, you see it for sure. Like, but this is why I was saying before the season started that I thought he'd be an all-star. Because you could see last year he was starting to put it together. He was starting to show more and more and more of that ability. And most importantly, he was committing to that defensive end of the floor.
Oh, yeah.
We say it all the time. Last year, he wanted to be the offensive guy and then work his way to the defense. Like, nah, like he understands now he has to be that force. It's got to start with the defense.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's saying he's going to eat offensively. If he brings the D, they're going to get him the basketball. They're going to find ways to get him involved. So this is why I thought he would be an all-star. This is why he's going to be an all-star, because you're seeing that he's not even always relying on Cade either.
Right.
Cade is out. And he's still putting up, 30, like approaching career highs and these 2010 games and these double-doubles. He's still doing it. So it's like, it's not even like he's reliant on Cade. If Cade wasn't playing and he'd be liability. Nah, bro. He's just getting better and better as a player.
Look, go ahead. We're game 14. So in 50% of the games, and he's been out. So minus 2-3 games.
Yep.
This was his 7th 20-point plus triple-double. I mean, double-double.
Yeah.
Of the season. That's nuts.
That is insane. That's insane.
That's like 70% of games he's getting.
Right.
That he's playing.
That's crazy.
What?
That is wild, man. Yeah. And he's 21.
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe that people want to trade this dude.
I know.
For Nick Claxton and Vucevic and all these. Oh my God, man. Anyway, I'm not gonna go down that road again. Yeah, y'all see what JD is, man. He's a monster. Let's get to Dominique. Dominique says, good problem, but when we get healthy, there's going to be really good players not getting PT. I hope no one becomes disgruntled, but I have faith. The thing is, like, it seems like guys on this team just want to win.
Yeah.
Like, all these guys like each other. Like, anything is possible, Dominique, but I think Trajan Langdon is going and bringing guys here who don't have those kind of qualities and traits.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're right. It's only 48 minutes in the game. There's only so many spots and minutes to go around. It's a good problem to have for a coach. It's a bad problem sometimes for players who are not team oriented.
Right.
Right. But I think the guys in this team don't really care.
It's like the vibes are high. The vibes are high.
And you think about it, like a lot of these guys in this team haven't really experienced a lot of winning.
Mm-hmm.
So for those guys, for sure, I would imagine they would have no problem not playing as much going to the second round of the playoffs, not playing as much because they're going places they haven't gone before. And if it's working, if it ain't broke, why are you trying to fix it? So anything is possible, Dominique. That is something to keep an eye on. But just from what we've seen from these guys, they really like each other. They really care about each other, and they're glad to be winning. And the vibes are high because of that. And they got a coach who's going to make sure to keep them in line as far as what the main thing is, keeping the main thing. So, right. But you're right. Like, unfortunately, there's just not enough minutes to go around for all these guys. But that's why it's just great because, like, you think about the Thunder. They had guys last year in their roster who didn't play every game that could have played. Guys like Wiggins, for example, didn't play every game. Casey Wallace didn't play every game, right? So it's like, but they still were all ready. Mm-hmm. They were all ready. So that's what I love about it. D. Davis says his birthday's tomorrow. JD, he is. You're right. It is tomorrow. So he turns 22, I think, tomorrow. So He's getting old. He's 22 now. So
wow.
Happy birthday, JD. Happy early birthday to you, man. He's playing out of his mind. He has earned himself a pretty big extension, man.
And I don't think we talked about this. I don't think it's all money driven. I think he wants to stay here, and he's proving that for sure. Yeah. But he's finding his rhythm. The improvement that we've already seen from him compared to last year is nuts. I mean, the effort. He was there the second half of the season last year, but now it's the jumpers. Now it's the
fadeaway, the middies.
Effort, I'm curious to see. And he was again. His defense isn't on so he had 3 personal fouls. I mean, again, that's huge for a center. Yeah. That's huge for a center.
You're right.
A guy who was attacking the paint, all night against Isaiah Jackson. I don't think he drew any offensive fouls. He did great.
Yeah. Yeah. He was amazing. Man. I'm really proud of his growth. And it was like he was starting to show off that he can do these. He's like, okay, I know y'all want me to just do this, but don't forget that every now and then I can pull this out too. Yeah. Right. Going through his legs and knocking down the midi. That was nice. That was nice, man. That fadeaway jumper. He had a couple fadeaway jumpers where it looked like he was behind the backboard, but he's still able to put it in. It's like, how do you? Yeah. Okay.
He said, this is the game. This is the game. I'm showing you guys what I can do. He told us we're going to see it. He told us. Yeah. And now he took his opportunity and he crushed it.
And he caught a body.
12, guys. It's not like he was, 50%. He was 92% shooting tonight. Yeah. With those jumpers that he doesn't take frequently. That's crazy.
Yes. That's the thing. He doesn't shoot those too often.
Yeah.
It looks like he does though.
Not to that extent where he had made at least 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, for sure. And y'all saw the body he caught. Yeah. In the form of Benedict Mathurin, who I can't stand, but only because he doesn't play on the team. He's one of those guys you can't stand if he's the opposition, but you love if he's on your team. He's a good player. Well, he got a little heater, but he was annoying me. Go ahead. You said what?
They had that rivalry. I forgot if it was preseason or like the Rising Stars game where they also got into it. Yeah. He was drafted behind Ivy.
For sure.
5th and Mathurin was 6th. Yep. So, those guys, as they should, it drives their competition. And I like you said, I do like Mathurin. But it is just like when we play him, I can't stand him because he has that he has the attitude also. And I think if Ivy was in tonight, they'd be going at it. It would have been an Ivy battle. For
sure. Yeah, it's fun. I think it's great competition. I'm just glad we got the dub, and he has to eat that crow now, because you didn't get the dub, bro. So stop talking. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm mad we didn't draft him because I'm glad we have Jaden Ivey.
Oh no, Benedict's still mad.
Oh, Benedict's still mad. He's you know what? He's probably always gonna bring that. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. That's it's good competition. That's what a lot of players try to do.
That was Amon-Ra too. Amon-Ra wrote down every
right.
Ahead of him. Like that's just
knows every player. Even Jalen Green, who didn't really make anybody feel bad for not drafting him, but even he was saying the same thing. Like y'all, I'm coming. So I think anybody would kind of feel that way though. Yeah. But we definitely I'm just fine with Jaden Ivey right on this team. Yeah. So guys, let's keep it moving. We'll be here all night. But JD was great. JD was great. I wish they would have sign him to that extension before the season because I kind of saw this coming. If I'm being honest, but it is what it is.
Too. We don't know what's going on in their head. Maybe trade June.
That's true.
Maybe he has a long-term plan. Who knows?
Okay, we'll leave it at that because we don't know. You're right. That's very true. All right, guys, let's quickly get to some reserves, and then we'll get to that interview, and then we will call it a night unless there's anything else you want to get to, boss. All right, cool. So let's move along, guys. Let's go to who you want to go to first. Let's start with. You want to start with Paul? B-Ball Paul?
No, Green.
Green, Javonte Green. Okay, let's go Green first. Let's go Green. So tonight, Javonte Green, guys, finished with 20 points.
Woo!
20 points on 7 for 11 shooting overall. 1 of 4 from 3, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Another clean game. He had 4 rebounds, 2 steals in 27 minutes. So take off, boss. That's one of your favorites.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. First of all, his rebound hustle, incredible. That was apparent all game. He had 2 steals. But what I noticed most is what we talked about a little bit is Green's ability to get the shot when we need it the most. For him to stop runs, for him to help us gain the lead, to stop other teams' momentum. That's what he did today. He ended the 14-0 run by the Pacers with that layup and one. At the end of the second, he had the steal and the dunk. He hit the 2 threes in a row. I think the second 3 was adjusted to a 2, but he did that in the third.
Okay.
When the Pacers were really on their run.
Okay.
Because the Pacers came out strong in the third, which expected. So he hit those in the row. He drew the foul at the basket for 2 free throws after the Pacers 4-point trip when they had the free throws, and then when Mathurin was fouled at the 3 and they got a rebound. Then he had a nice cut to the basket to give Jenkins an outlet. Again, he can read the floor well. And at the end of the fourth, Jenkins was kind of struggling just to find a guy. He couldn't pull up. He was being defended well. But Javonte read that huge cut to the basket, and he got a nice little layup there because he gave Jenkins an outlet.
Exactly.
It's crazy how they're just vibing so much. And his defense was on par. His offense really picked up when we needed it to. Yeah. The 4 rebounds kind of surprised me again. Out there for 28 minutes, he just really just did so well. I can't even believe,
he's a hooper,
man. He's just so much fun, and he wants to contribute, and he really just does such a great job for our team. And again, like I said with the cut, he just reads the situation so well. And
it's funny because you mentioned the run tonight that he ended. He did the same thing against the Sixers.
Yeah.
When they were on their run, he was the one to stop that. So he's just very, very instinctual. He's really, Ethan, he's very consistent. I'm going to get to some comments really quickly. These are kind of hilarious. Sean first says, do you have a cat too? I thought I saw something slip past back there.
Going crazy. She's taking advantage of, Sean's seen my dogs before. They're locked away or else they'd be obnoxious. But she's taking advantage of a dog-free living room right now. She might see her Zoom past. Who knows?
Sean also said, Javonte Green knocked out Mike Tyson in May of 1992. Talking about Buster Douglas. I'll scream, man. Oh, that's hilarious, bro. I never thought about that. That is a great comparison. He does kind of look like him a little bit, similar build.
That's funny.
Oh, that is funny. Man, but he looked like he would do that to somebody, though. If you cross him, he definitely hit you with a right hook and put you to sleep quickly.
He wants I think he wants to.
yeah. I wouldn't try that, dude.
Yeah. No.
Organic says the real JG in Detroit. Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, I saw that too. Javonte Green been calling Natalie Kerwin, sir. It's just yes, sir. He's like, oh my bad. Yes, man. My bad. That was funny. Detroit Drew said he shut Mathurin's water off. Yes, he did. Yeah. So that was Okay. So my thoughts, guys, on Javonte, man. We've said it before, boss. He's the definition of an impact player.
Oh, yeah.
Definition of impact player. He came into the game tonight like he often does and immediately made a play. Yeah. Chase down, steal to stop a Pacers break. And we got a break going the other way. So later he had a nice and one at the rim, like you mentioned, to stop that Pacers run. And then after JD knocked down another post jumper, he got another steal.
Yeah.
To get the Pistons on the break again. He just makes winning plays at over and over and over again. By the way, did any of you guys see that volleyball spike he had on Nimhard's layup attempt that didn't count?
Yeah.
That was so disrespectful, and I loved every second of it.
Yes.
Even that was a disrespectful version of a player shooting a shot and you just goaltending it after the play's over.
Yeah.
He going to the rim for a layup, he's just like, nah, man, get that out of here. And knocks him to the floor. It did, and now I love that the ref didn't call anything.
Yeah.
Like no tech, no nothing, no. Let it play out. That just goes to show though, like of how he really views defense. It's like you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of because like even when the whistle stops, he's still playing. It's kind of like I heard Charles Oakley with the Knicks a long time ago say when they practiced, when the ball went out of bounds, they kept playing.
Right.
That's why when he would get in the game and the ball got out of bounds and he'd still be in the guy's face, he'd be like, "What are you doing, bro?" He's like, "What? I'm playing." It's just he doesn't know how to stop. He doesn't stop just because the whistle blows. Like he's gonna, of course, be smart about it, but he has no chill.
Yeah.
He has no chill, and I love that about him.
Yeah,
sure.
He takes it all personal. Like if you're not, whatever team you are, it doesn't matter. He just locks in. He's like, you're just not allowed. You're not allowed to make a basket.
Yep.
You're not allowed to do this. Not if I'm here. Not if I'm right here to stop it.
Yeah. And Detroit Drew said he stared him down too. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And it's funny because Nembhard knew he was behind him. He just didn't give him the eye contact. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love his game, man. He has, man, I don't think anybody saw this coming from him. Anybody, like at all. No. The impact he's had is insane. And he's even able to like push the ball, board and push. We talk about guys who can board and push, like how we don't want our big guys trying to board and push. He's able to grab the board and push the ball and create contact at the rim. Like create his own break. You're very comfortable with him, the ball in his hands. Like he does a little bit of everything. And
he started for us during this stuff, and he came off the bench tonight. There's just no change. Just no change. And we talked about that in terms of like what it would look like for Ron, what it would look like for Tobias if he started coming off the bench. Like, what did this look like for people? Javonte, it's the same. He brought the same energy, whether he was starting, whether he was coming off the bench. It's the same.
Yep. That's true. Organic says, knowing these refs tonight, they may have counted it as an N1 if he made it. Smart play. Yeah, just keep playing. Just keep playing, right? And that's kind of what I'm saying. Is like he continues to just finish the plays, whether it's a whistle or not. Go ahead.
It's kind of a lost art that needs to come back now that there's challenges and they kind of go off of who last touched the ball and had possession. So it's like if the whistle blows, just go after the ball.
Good point.
Javonte can do that. So some guys, I think that's just something that the league is still getting used to because after the whistle blows, you can see guys stop. They're like, oh, dang, if I would have just picked up the ball after that whistle, maybe I would have had possession based on the challenge call.
Yeah.
Who knows? So, I'm just thinking like that's just something that other guys can learn. Just play through it.
Yeah, for sure. Just keep playing. 100%. All right, guys, let's get to a few more. Let's move on to Caris Levert tonight, who I thought played pretty well as well. He had 8 points tonight, guys. We finished with 8 points. 4 of 8 shooting, 50% overall. He could not knock down a 3, 0 for 3. He had 5 rebounds, 8 assists, guys, and only 3 turnovers for Caris Levert in 17 minutes. So what did you see from him tonight?
Yeah, the assists spoke for it all. He did start off a little slow with offense, but then most of his shots came in the fourth when we needed it to. Mm-hmm. He did so well staying in front of Nembhard. I feel like that was his offense or defensive assignment in the second quarter.
Yep.
He rolled his ankle, and that's when he got back up, and that's when he went on his offensive run. Mm-hmm. He got the basket, which was a goaltend, got the and one. He missed the free throw, but then got it back and found Reed under the basket.
Right.
And that was after he rolled his ankle. It just turned him up. Some of these guys, I'm just like we've talked about, like Cade turning into the Hulk when you take him off, like
the incapable Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. I think Levert just is kind of the same way. Oh, this happened. Now I'm gonna pick it up, and he did great again in terms of ball handling, holding it down when Daniss was resting.
Right.
He just the 8 assists, and then even 4 of 8 is not terrible. Especially because they came later on. I think he got off to a slow start, and then he hit 3 in a row.
Yeah,
that's fine. It's just about reading what's needed.
Reading the game.
So he did. I'm still just super impressed again with what he's been doing these last few games. He's been consistent as well. Right.
And I'm glad he didn't favor that ankle either. Exactly. So it's nothing serious. It doesn't seem like, right? Which is a good sign. Because I was a little worried. He just got back. Come on, let's keep him healthy as long as we can for real. Because he is playing great, Ryan. Yeah. And I like tonight too because he's a great combo guard. When he's at his best, he's a really good combo guard. Mm-hmm. He can facilitate, but he can also score very well. He's understanding now more and more how to balance the two as he plays more and more with these guys. The last few games, he's had a higher scoring output and not quite as many as assists. Mm-hmm. Tonight, he didn't score as much, but he had 8 assists. So you're just seeing he can read the game and see based off what he needs to do. He can provide that as a combo. He's a literal combo guard, guys. He can do whatever you want at the 1 or the 2, depending on what you need him to do for that particular game. He really can do either one just as well. We've seen him get buckets. We've seen him tonight facilitating. Last game, he had a few dimes, and you saw him after the bucket. He was, doing the eyes and everything like that. So it's like he's getting comfortable. He's getting comfortable, man. And I'm loving what I'm seeing. Didn't know Levert. Yeah, he's always been able to dance. He's been dancing like that since Michigan. Go ahead.
His handles to get into the paint, and then his defense is really what I know of Caris. It's what I think of first. So I'm glad that, if you didn't know, now you know, and he can create it for himself. And just like we talked about with Daniss, like he wasn't making a shot, so he turned to assists, and then he picked it up when we needed him. It's exactly what Daniss did. Just Daniss had, almost twice as many minutes as he did. So
right.
Again, and he just held it down when we needed him to. And just another big depth piece, because he is going to be, he's not going to be backup point guard to Cade, but he is going to be off the bench consistently. Yeah. So it's just another guy to relieve that stress of when Cade is back, of being the main ball handler.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and once again, it just showed like he can play with Cade, or he can play with Jaden, or he can play with like he can play with any of the or Duncan. He can play with any of the guards here. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, because he can play either spot. You have so much optionality about who you play him with. It ain't like you would think like last year you couldn't really play THJ with Bees because they do a lot of the same things and they both can't do some things equally, right? Yeah. But with Caris, if you got Jaden in there, you can have Caris playing the 1 or the 2. With Cade in there, you can have him playing whatever you want. So you have the optionality to have him play with anybody.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of having a true combo guard. That's why I'm really excited about watching him play with guys like Jaden. That's going to be the fun part. Watching him play, with Cade Moore, having Cade Moore off ball.
Yeah.
Which we're going to get to later in that interview as far as Cade playing off ball. Yeah. But he gives you the opportunity to be able to do things like that. So I like what I'm seeing. He's continuing to get better. That's why we kept saying patience, because now you're starting to see the Caris Levert that you and I, boss, thought we were going to see when we brought him here.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to see how he plays tomorrow with the Hawks.
If he plays. It's back-to-back. You think he'll play? What do you think?
I don't know. That's what I think Michael Hustlers has said too. He wasn't sure.
Did he? Okay.
I think it just depends on who we have.
Okay, I see it.
It depends on who we have, but 17 minutes tonight, he could still get in there a little bit. We don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot. You're right. That's true.
He can, did they say that a back-to-back wasn't a thing for him?
I'm just wondering because he just got back not too long ago, and I know he wasn't before, right? Or either that, no, he was on a minute restriction before. That's what it was. Right. So maybe that's why some are thinking that. What do you think? Go ahead.
Maybe. But I think it just depends on what our personnel is. And he might just get in there for maybe even 12, 15 minutes. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think, again, if Cade is back tomorrow and we have Daniss, it takes a little bit of pressure off of him. But I would like to see him go off against the former team. So
for sure. I would like to see that too as well. Joe P says, all of our players are playing great, even the guys that are not playing their best, doing their best. They are playing hard and for the team. I give that credit to Coach JB Coach of the Year. Yeah, he should definitely win Coach of the Year. He should have won it last year, but now it's undeniable at this point. How do you not give this dude a trophy? Considering the fact that we're in first place and considering who's not available every night. That's the crazy part. Insane. Yeah. So Joe P, you are right about that. These guys have bought in all the way to Coach Biggerstaff for sure. Last one, Devon says, this is just the first quarter. This team has another level to reach. We might go on another run mid or late season. Late season playoffs, who knows? Eastern Conference Finals, finals, who knows? Yeah, Devon, you know what's up, bro. For sure. We'll see. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. Let's now go to B-ball Paul, guys. So tonight, Paul Reed finished with 7 points on 2 of 3 overall, 0 of 1 from 3, 3-4 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, stuff on the stat sheet as a lot of these guys did in 13 minutes. He did all that in 13 minutes. So what do you see from B-ball Paul tonight?
I mean, yeah, that stat line in 13 minutes is so impressive. And rebound hustle again. He's just there. Again, I think some of the deflections and someone else on our team caught it, don't count, but he was in there. He found Javonte Green under the basket. Yeah. He was attacking the basket. He was really just making most of his minutes. And with Duren back and Stu back, he got a decline in minutes that he's had over the past few games.
Yep.
But to put up something in every category is so impressive. And he was just, again, fun to watch tonight. And loved what I saw from him.
Yeah, I did too. It wasn't a ton of minutes like we've seen. It wasn't the 30-point explosion, 20-point explosion like last time. Yeah. But he still plays the same way.
Right.
He still comes in and plays the same way. He brings the energy, he brings the effort. He's become more of an enforcer than he was last year in the painted area as far as just being able to play strong and hold teams to one shot and not giving up offensive rebounds. He's attacking the glass with force. He's just playing strong. He's playing strong. Would the last one say he did a lot he did a lot. Exactly. He was very efficient, bro. Very efficient. But that's the thing. Like it's a luxury to have guys who are willing to just say, okay, 10 minutes tonight, cool. Next night, 30 minutes, I got you. Whatever you need, I can do it. And he's a team guy. And a lot of these guys had that same mindset. That's why I don't think it's going to be that kind of a thing. At least not this year. Because all these guys are hungry for more. It's like by any means, they seem willing to do it. So that has me excited for sure. All right, guys, let's move on to anybody else you want to get to, boss?
I mean, I'll just mention, I thought Chaz Lanier did a great job on defense tonight on his 18 minutes again. He had his first shot, which was a 3. He knocked the rebound out of Jackson's hand for a steal.
Okay.
I just wrote down great defense. He had that one where he secured an offensive rebound from running from the sideline. Like I would love how it followed shot. It wasn't his shot, but he saw it go off the rim and he went and got it. And so the hustle and everything. He only attempted 3 field goals. So I think he was mainly out there for defense, which is, again, it's just huge for me. So,
and all of his shots were 3s, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were all 3s. He was 1 for 3. It was his first one. So playing 18 minutes tonight was just more about, I think.
That's good for him.
JB saw the defense on him.
Yeah.
That he was putting up. And so that I appreciated from him. And I'm just glad that our rookie is having a chance to get these minutes because we are, again, like we talked about, we are so deep. If everyone was healthy, we might not see him. So again, it's beneficial for the future for him when we need to call him up.
Yeah, exactly. It's better to try it now than to try it in the playoffs when these guys haven't played at all. It just doesn't make sense. So I 100% agree.
And I guess I'll just finish off real quick with Wendell Moore. He was also in there for defense with 15 minutes. The shots that he did take, there were hesitations. I just saw him hesitate a little bit, and he had that first turnover, but then he kind of pulled it together. Yeah. He only attempted 2 shots. So again, 15 minutes out there is for defense. He did great as well. I appreciated that from him. And then
didn't Isaac Jones play a little bit for like a couple minutes too?
Isaac Jones, and he got in and they got him a dunk right away, a jam right after checking in. So
right.
It's exciting for these guys to get in uniform, get on the floor. So where the impact, no, but it's kind of crazy that we had garbage time to allow that. Have garbage time to allow him to check in, which is cool. Yeah. I really wanted to see Tolu. I was kind of
again.
I was going to say, I think we would have seen Tolu if we kept our lead going into the 3rd to the 4th. They were kind of keeping us within 12 to 15 points. And so that's just dangerous in the 4th against a shooting team like the Pacers. They can get hot. If Mathurin and Siakam and Nembhard are all hitting from behind the line, they get that lead back quickly.
Right.
So I was kind of like, if we had stayed in the 20s majority, I think we would have seen Tolu. And he did play last night. Again,
that's the thing. Like, my thing is like the little stint that Isaac Jones got normally would have gone to Tolu Smith. But I think coach just is trying to get as many guys as possible an opportunity.
Exactly.
It wasn't for long, but he's like, you haven't played yet. Everybody else has played. Tolu, you cool if he? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's what it seemed like to me. Because Tolu, has been here longer. He's more, he understands the system more. But it's like, at that point in the game is in hand. Let a guy get out there and get a minute or 2. I think that's kind of the vibe. And that's why I like this team, because nobody is tripping.
Absolutely.
Nobody's tripping. It's
and
dope.
Tomorrow, if we have a big, if we have a big advantage in the paint, if Ricochet doesn't play, that's just maybe some more opportunities for these big guys to get in there too. Agreed.
Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah. Great optionality we have with this team, man. It's amazing. Ethan says Chaz makes good decisions for a rookie. Yes. Meg Hustle says Chaz diving for the ball. Yeah, exactly. He's a shooter, but he's still a defensive right. He still gets after it, and that's what I'd like to see from him for sure. All right, guys. Okay, so that is it for this game. We are going to pivot now to what you guys have been asking for, which is the Cade Cunningham interview with Kevin Durant that dropped today. First of all, shout out to Cade for getting his signature shoe deal. Congrats on that. That's a major thing. Like he's kind of gonna be like he's gonna be around forever now. He's gonna be immortalized now because he has that shoe that people are gonna wear for decades and years to come. So that in itself is just dope. I'm glad that he signed with Nike. He's on like 5 or 6 other guys with Nike, like Giannis and a bunch of other guys, Bron. So it's just nice to be included with those guys, that in that group, that tier of guys. So that's a great thing for him. Congratulations on that. That is like MVP, right? MVP type of stuff. Like, everybody can't get that kind of a deal.
No.
especially that young. Like they recognize what he is and what he's going to be going forward.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Can't either. I can't either. But shout out to Cade, man. He definitely has earned that. He's represented the city well. He's earned it. He's earned it, man. On the court, off the court, model citizen, great representation of Detroit. Just everything about him has earned him this and a lot more for him coming in the future. So yeah, was there anything, boss or chat? What stood out to you guys for anybody who watched it in full? I watched the whole thing in full. For anybody who saw this, what stood out to you if you saw the whole thing, even if you didn't see the whole thing? What stood out to you guys? And boss, what did you see and what stood out to you from this interview with KD?
Oh my gosh, lots. Well, first of all, I love KD and him and Cade just vibe so well. We talked about it in the past, how they like to go up against each other. I see a lot of like the demeanor is similar. Like KD has a very calm demeanor on the floor, and I feel like Cade does as well, especially with their jump shots, their mid ranges. So it was just cool to see them interview each other because you can tell, at the beginning, Durant was like, I'm a nerd. And he those questions, you could tell were on top of his head. Like he just wanted to learn more. So that was just a cool dynamic to see because Kevin Durant is such an amazing player.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to get that respect from Cade is really cool.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't even know where to start with this.
Real quick, we'll come right back. Blackheart says the Bulls beat the Nuggets. We are solo second best in the entire league right now. Go Pistons. Appreciate that, Blackheart. Yes, sir. We are moving. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, they ended their streak.
Right.
The Nuggets had a streak as well.
Yeah.
Looking at it, looks like they played I don't know how. That's crazy. He almost had another triple double he had 18 rebounds, 36 points, 13 assists. That's just nuts.
Insane. We go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I really love that I'm trying to think of the order. I'm probably going out of order.
No, we can jump around. Yeah, whatever.
He really gave props to JB, and he talked about how JB loves the details of the game. And I know that they have a connection to Larry Brown through Cannon as well. And
SMU.
Larry Brown was one of my favorite coaches ever because he was very like, if you made a mistake, like if you made a simple mistake, like a moving screen, or if he thought that you were taking too fancy of the shot, he'd call a timeout. He'd pull you.
Sure.
It's like, no, we're playing basic basketball. We're playing we're fine tuning our basics, and that's how we win. That's how they did win. And so I appreciated that snippet because it just made me think that Cade really is just focusing on the details of his game. I think it's why his turnovers are down this season, things like that. I love that they talked about his pregame routine and how he just really wants to, improve on his timing. They were talking about how they say that they're taking too long, they're wearing out their bodies just to improve, but he just wants to get better at what he's not good at, whatever he's not doing, he wants to improve.
Yeah.
And then I think the biggest thing that stuck out for me was just bringing up Ivy, because KD just did talk about having someone other than, a Beasley or someone, how that's going to impact the game. And he brought up Ivy and how they haven't played together a lot, how he knows what Ivy can do and how their styles are different.
Yeah.
Made me really think about some of the, the fan base or maybe the people that are weary of Ivy and why we have him. Are you comparing him to Cade? And because he was our point guard while Cade was injured, but that's not who he is. And they do play differently, but it's an advantage. Like Cade, like he can get to the paint. He can, bring the ball off the court for me. He can see the court as wisely as I can. Like he can shoot out to him to hit the three. Like he has that passion also. So that was just what made me most excited, because a lot of people aren't talking about Ivy. They do forget about him, or they think like he's not going to be good enough to continue with this team. Yeah. Or be an impact player this season even. Yep. So that's that I really like, because we've seen Cade. I've talked about just real quick. I've talked about how like in the preseason, he would bring up Javonte Green. He would bring up Sass in his interviews. He just seems like the ultimate leader who's like, I'm going to point out what I like about the guys on my team to also just motivate them to see that, just tell them that I see what you're doing. Yep. As the leader of this team, I see what you bring, and it's helping me with my game as well. So as there's just such a mature approach to it. He didn't recommend any trades. He didn't say anything. Not that I don't think he would, but just to go into that extent and not only mention Ivy, but mention why Ivy. Huge.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to circle back to that in a minute. Get to some comments here, what you guys saw and what you guys like. Eastside says, the way he became a father at 17 helps me understand why he sons Jalen Green the way he does. Yeah, he's just on a whole other level mentally, bro. It's just different. Like you look at Jalen's situation is just totally different from what Cade is on right now. Just totally different world. Yeah, but you guys are seeing the same thing as far as with Jaden. I'm definitely going to get to that. Organic, I did peep this. It seemed like KD was like, so bro, like, what do you do? He tried to make it seem like he wasn't like, not to get too deep, but like, what do you do in this situation? And K kind of paused, like, and he went real like surface level with it. I noticed that too. Like, KD ain't slick. Like, bro, we see what you're trying to do, man.
He even said, he's like, I'm not trying to get in on your philosophies. Like,
man,
he pulled it out. It's like, okay, KD.
Trying to bring his guard down with that, but we know what he was doing.
And he also mentioned he remembered when Cade pulled up on him on some shots the last time they played. He was bringing points up out of his head, like, hey, I remember you did that to me. You pulled up the left hook on me.
But what does that say, though? What does that say, though, that KD is asking Cade Cunningham these questions? Yeah, exactly. What does that say about Cade up here, man? That's what I'm saying. Like, the dude is just a smart player. He's just all around just a very mature basketball player. You got KD, the OG, asking him questions about how he can get an advantage on him going into the next game. Like, that says a lot. That kind of stuff says a lot. But Organic, I peeped that too for sure. I thought that was hilarious that he actually was trying to slyly ask about that. Yeah. But and Cade peeped it at the same time. Like, yeah, we boys, but we ain't that close, bro. You ain't getting that information.
That's smart.
That was funny. All right. As far as what you said about Jaden, I thought that was a great place to start. And we talked about it forever. They have not had a lot of opportunities to play together consistently. Right. In Jaden's rookie year, Cade went down with a shin injury. He was out for all but 12 games. Yeah. The following year was Monty. No, enough said.
Killing.
And then, right. And then last year was the first true year they had some kind of structure of being able to be put in position to be successful individually and together as a duo. Mm-hmm. And we saw how that was looking. Both of those guys were having career years. Cade did, and Jaden was on his way. So I like that he reinforced that. Because think about this, guys, like, and you mentioned how with Beasley and Duncan, how, they don't enable him to play off ball. Like, how many times, guys, can you remember Cade consistently getting up shots off the catch?
Yeah.
Off the catch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen Cade this year taking over games with the scoring, like going on these scoring barrages, right? But most of it, if not all of it, was because he was having to go get it with the ball in his hands on his own, right? ISO situations or in transition. He was having to go get it. Yeah. He wasn't being set up. Like, how many times have we seen Cade as an off-ball scorer? How many times have we seen Cade knocking down a three from the top of the key or from the corner? Like, we haven't seen that. If you guys remember, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but his first bucket, right, at the NBA level, it was Summer League, but it was NBA level, Cade, was a corner three. That was his first shot attempt, and it went in. He drilled it. You don't see nothing like that now. It just shows you, like, we haven't even really unlocked his game offensively yet. Because we haven't given him the opportunity to play off ball consistently.
Well, it's like that's
the scary part.
When he is off ball and someone else brings it up, he ultimately ends up becoming the playmaker.
Exactly.
So like you said, because
they bring it up court, half court.
I wanted to think about it, so I thought about it. And I was like, he doesn't catch and shoot. He often has to take the ball and regroup. So
yep. Isn't that crazy? So it's like, and I get it to a point. Like, we know he needs spacing, right? But that's when he's on ball.
Yeah. Right.
And that's where guys like THJ and BZ last year and Duncan Robinson this year, that's when it's effective. But he's still on ball, creating for others. But what about getting him off ball? Like the addition, and that's why I like the additions of Caris Levert and Daniss Jenkins and Jaden returning, because all those guys are going to allow him to be able to get to his offense much easier at times and be able to rest a little bit on offense here and there, not having to bring the ball up court and having to be responsible for the offense, for the set. Like, we haven't really unlocked Cade yet, guys.
Yeah. As
an offensive player, we have not fully seen what he can do, and that is a scary part because he's already this good.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's crazy.
I hope y'all are really seeing it. Like, and that's why Jaden is so important once again. Mm-hmm. That's why he's so important because, like, and one more thing, like, he actually said that playing off ball for him is fun. He said he likes playing off ball. Yeah. And he said last year on that Western Conference road trip, when they were beating Phoenix, when he was saying, I beat you, he used to tell KD, we beat y'all on that road trip. When they beat Phoenix, they beat the Lakers. He said that was when the Pistons really took off last year. And funny enough, boss, that time frame is very similar to the time frame that THJ gave when he said that last year the Pistons started to turn the corner. Was during the NBA Cup. It's all around the same time. But if you notice, neither of those time frames took place or happened in 2025.
Yeah. That's true.
Jaden got hurt on January 1st, 2025. Neither Cade or THJ said we took off in 2025. They both made reference to 2024, the NBA Cup, the Western trip, when Jaden was still there.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? They didn't get better just because Jaden Ivey got hurt.
Yeah.
That's what that tells you.
They just kept it up.
Yes, they just continued it on. So that's why we got to see a bigger sample size of Jaden and Cade together, because there's no evidence to prove or even to give you an idea to think that they got better because he got hurt. Nothing points to that other than people just jumping in that conclusion.
Exactly. I like how you brought up THG, because I agree with Mega Hustler here. I like how Cade talked about the vets on the team from last season, THJ and Beasley, because he did bring up about how they kind of came in and also just helped them, just get control. Like they helped motivate them. Like, these guys have been here and they kept them in check. They kept them in check, which is exactly what, we talked about, like Tobias doing too. So Tobias they've said like Tobias keeps people accountable. THJ keeps people accountable. So the fact that you mentioned it, I was like, you know what, that part of the interview, I recall it too, because it was just cool to shout that out. Like, yeah, I mean, we were a young team and we were a direction, like we didn't have a direction. We just were excited to hoop after our worst season ever. Right. And these guys just really helped keep things in perspective and keep, get us there. Yeah, 100%, man. So I had to make that point, y'all, because like to hear him give a similar timeline as far as to when they turn a corner as THJ, like, and neither of them say it happened after any injury or even 2025, like that just goes to show you that it was already happening. It was already in the works. There was momentum, yeah.
It was already there. And like I just think about go ahead.
This should just prove it too. What we're doing right now should just prove that the absence of one guy doesn't make us better. We're just good. We're just good. We figure it out, because now we have the absence of a bunch of starters and we're still winning. So it just goes to show, like, who's like, you're going to tell us, oh, look, we can win without Cade. Oh, look, we can win without Asar. Get rid of him.
So are we better without them? Right.
So, yeah.
So is it more so guys being hurt, or is it more so JB Bickerstaff and his coaching?
Yeah. Right.
Every player in this team, aside from maybe one or two guys who has been coached by him on this team, has gotten better, not worse. Yeah. So we'll leave it. And Jaden was trading in the same direction. So we'll leave it there. Y'all know what it is, man. I ain't trying to do this all night, but I thought that was a great talking point that he went out of his way to bring that up.
Absolutely.
That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get to another topic, boss, that I wanted to get to, unless you had something else.
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. He talked about being drafted to Detroit.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was cool. And you guys can chime in, let me know what you guys saw too or heard too in that part of the conversation. But he said he wanted to come to Detroit because, for one, he didn't want to get drafted by Cleveland. He said he loved LeBron. I think LeBron was for a long time one of his favorite players. Yeah. Maybe still is. I don't know. But he said he didn't want to get drafted there. So I don't know what that says about the city of Cleveland. To have one of your favorite players play there and you still don't want to go there. I don't know. Maybe it was the front office he didn't really mess with, because we saw LeBron didn't really get any help the first half of his career as a Cleveland Cavalier. Who knows? I don't know. But for whatever reason, he was like, I don't want to go to I don't want to go there. But the second thing is that he said that, because a lot of people were wondering, like, well, how Cade didn't want to go back home? He didn't want to go to, to Houston. That's only 4 hours from Arlington. Like, how do we know that? But he said this. He said that getting drafted to Houston could have been tricky. Yeah. Being so close to home. Like, it seems like there's pros and cons to everything. Mm-hmm. And everybody thinks, oh, you going back home. Your family's there, friends are, But he was saying, like, it could have been tricky just being that close. Like, it could have been a distraction as well. I thought that was a very interesting point that he made. And he said that being drafted in Detroit was kind of the best of both worlds, because Cleveland would have gave him, the ability to be away from home, but he didn't like for whatever reason when he want to play there. But Detroit gives both. Like, he wanted to come here because of the championship pedigree. He mentioned Isaiah Thomas, the Bad Boys, the going to work team. He mentioned all those things, right? But also he's away from home as well, so he can lock in at the same time. He can do both in Detroit. I thought that was pretty cool to hear that. And we know that he's a hoop head, so he's going to want to focus on his craft. Yeah. And that's what he can do here. So I thought that was pretty cool.
He said that he wasn't going to be mad if he was drafted to Houston, but I get it. He said, it was just a time, like, all you can focus on is hoop when you go. Like,
exactly.
So, and that's exactly what he did. And And then he mentioned, that it was a great fit because obviously, he's great, great fit attitude wise, great fit. Detroit is known for grit and hustle as just the city. And that's exactly what he amplified. And then also, he mentioned his music towards the end. Detroit music scene is unreal.
Facts.
The fact that he was able to, land here as well. I don't know about Cleveland's music scene, to be honest. So,
but they got MGK over there. I think that's pretty much it. Oh man.
But I mean, I like his mindset a lot. He kind of mentioned with his daughter too, like he was ready to come home and raise her, but his parents, help, so he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He got to focus on ball, and it's just kind of the same thing. I mean, when you're forced to go away from your home and just like you said, lock in, and it really did matter a lot to him. And now, I think Detroit is just basically his home too. So
I thought that was cool too, how he talked about like, once my daughter was born, it was like, hey, priorities. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, I was, I thought, like he thought I thought that was gonna be it. I thought, he said a lot of guys, that's what happens. Like, I gotta take care of my daughter, I gotta take care of my child. And it's funny because when he said that, KD was like, yeah, but everybody ain't you. Like KD was throwing him a lot of praise.
I know.
Like, because Cade was like, a lot of people, when that happens, it just, for whatever reason.
Guard
he's
his like, that wouldn't have done that. And his name is Anthony Edwards.
Wow. You know what? I didn't even think of, so that just shows you though, once again, like, you can no shade to Ant-Man, but it just shows you it's levels to this. Like, it's not just the basketball. It's the off the court too. It's who are you as a person. To Troy Weaver's credit, he said that we're not just drafting basketball players, we're drafting people.
Yeah.
To his credit.
And
so
Trajan has kept that up too. Trajan has kept that up. He's talking about my character.
For sure.
All this stuff. And so, but again, like that, all these recent acquisitions have happened behind the Cade thing. So it's almost like we need to surround Cade with guys that are similar to his mindset, or else it's going to be a bad time, you know? So yeah. And again, that wasn't shade to Ant. It's just more just like different lives. But Cade's been able to do it all. He's been able to be a superstar on the court and has been able to hold it down in his personal life. He talked about how he doesn't do much outside of, he's like, I'm not out here going crazy, you don't at the club. So he's just, it just, again, goes to show up just, and they've mentioned it a few times, just how mature he is for his age.
Facts. For sure. Kenyatta says that he gonna mention dudes pretty. He mentioned. I think he mentioned 42 Doug. Vezo. Big Sean. Hopefully, at some point, dudes gets thrown in the conversation. GMAC Cash should be in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like those for sure. So we just gotta keep grinding, y'all. We gotta keep grinding. Hopefully, at some point, I'll get a shout out from the other deuce. You know what I'm saying? Deuce and Deuce. Let's see. Organic says we need that Forgot About Jaden track, Deuce, produced by DJ Lind. Hey, you produce? You produce, bro? If you produce, let me know. For sure. I didn't know that. But you know what? I got something coming for Jaden though, guys. Yeah. Stay tuned. It's not called Forgot About Jaden, but I've had something ready to go for a while when he gets back. So y'all already know. And he's heard it. His pops has heard it. They mess with it. So hopefully you guys do too. But back to Cade, man. Character. Like that's what stands out more than anything. He has been a character guy, comes from good family. His brother's the same way. His cousin's the same way. Kennard, they're all like that. They're all very family oriented. That comes before everything. And they act like it. The fact that his parents held him down, it was like, we got it. We got Riley. Go ahead, do your thing, bro. Like, don't worry about it. It's taken care of. Just go hoop. I thought that's awesome.
Yeah. And he mentioned also just with his upbringing, he mentioned the guys that he watched, the big guards. Yeah. T-Mac, he watched.
Penny, my favorite.
Brandon Roy.
Penny Hardaway. Yep.
Yeah, Penny. He mentioned
Jason Kidd.
So just the guys that he was mentioning too, because it's funny because like he does have a clean game, but I do feel like those guys were a little more explosive. We've seen explosive Cade.
Yeah.
We've seen him when we need to, but like just like to have those guys as who you're watching upbringing is really cool. And the fact that he also has talked about like he was all types of positions. He was the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
And that's why he can, I think why he probably also why he's looking forward to playing more off ball. It's why we can see him get blocks at the rim. It's why he can do all these things. He is a point guard. And we've talked about like, point guards that you can win a championship with. There's a select few in the league that I like as point guards, but can you win a championship with them? And Cade is just one that of course you can.
Right. Absolutely.
He can hold it down and he can do it all. He can be called upon. He kind of, like he's not, Magic Johnson-esque, in terms of switching positions. But I think if he needed to,
he could. No, he could.
He would, and he could. So
yeah, he could for sure. Like that's the thing. A big part of it is like he He had to play against his brother all the time.
What did I just say, Michael? Thank you.
Right, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he could if he had to. If you need him to slide to the 3 or even the 4 pinches, he can do it.
Yeah.
He really could. But I think that comes from playing against his brother every day.
Yeah.
Cannon is 6'10".
Yeah.
Cannon could have went to the ABA. Cannon played for Larry Brown at SMU.
I got to meet Cannon when I was there, and I was just
He's 6'10", legit, right?
In the picture, it's deceiving. I took a picture. I sent it to my buddy, and I was like, "I'm standing on a step, by the way. Don't think anything. I'm about 5 inches taller thanks to a cement step." But
right,
but I agree because they posted a family picture too of them recently, and I was just like, it just like the size difference is insane. So for him to go against him again, like you said, it just helps build up his repertoire for his game. For sure.
So it's just like he's got an old school game, but he still got some new school infused into it.
Yeah.
Like he knows how to do the Euro, but he still posts you up and body you if he needs to as well. Like and that's the thing. That's why I want to give Cannon credit because Cannon said at a very young age, like 15, 16, like, bro, it's time to switch to point guard.
Right. Yeah.
And that wasn't very common to have big point. That was more of an old school thing with the Magics and pennies and things like that. But he was saying like, it's time to switch to point guard, bro. And a lot of people got on him if you guys haven't watched the Overtime movie on YouTube about the Cunningham family, make sure y'all go watch that. It's on Overtime. And Kenneth's talking about that. He's like, a lot of people laughed at us, but he was like, here we are.
Yeah.
And he wanted to say more, but he was just like, here we are.
And you know what?
Go ahead.
Sorry. To me, it just made me think of like, how he can drive to the basket and finish and not get the foul calls because you're not knocking him over and he's not going to flare it. When you got small guys like Shea and stuff, smaller builds, shorter, then they can exaggerate a bit. It's kind of like I would say Luka is harder to knock over than some of these other guys, but he knows how to draw the contact, right? He exaggerates to exemplify the contact. Where Cade's goal is to get to the basket, and you're not gonna push him down. That's why I laugh when Isaiah Stewart pushes down Andre Drummond. It's like if Cade's not even getting pushed to the floor, right? There's no way that Embiid and Drummond are too. So
facts. No, I agree with that for sure. Ryan says Cade is very cerebral. He sees everything. Yeah. He played quarterback when he was younger. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So he can just see it a little bit differently for sure. And now he's just also he wants to get better. He wants to continue to add to his game. He was saying like as far as like what he likes to do for fun, like he's like I just be chill, bro. I like to talk hoop, focus on my craft, and be with the family. Like he's not a party animal. He's not doing all that stuff. That's not really his thing. He wants to focus on basketball and get better. That's why he's going to continue to get better as a player. He wants to take care of his body so he can be one of those guys. He wants to be the face of USA basketball at some point.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like how many USA guys really are top 6, top 7 players right now? Is he the only one?
Yeah.
Is he the only one? Like, look, Shea, Jokic, Giannis. Who else we got?
I mean,
Luka.
He's not top, but like Şengün, like international is making Şengün. Murray's from Canada. Like it's just international guys are really thriving in this league as well. So
Wemby, that's your top 5 right there.
Yeah.
So it's like after that, who's the best NBA American-born player?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ant, Cade, like to me, I'm taking Cade.
People would say Brunson, Mitchell. Arguments for quite young guys. I would go with Ant and Cade right now. I saw a thing today like Ant and Cade in the 2028 Olympics is going to be beautiful. Except one of them passes. right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like you said, he's just what he's doing and taking care of his body. And it's probably why he's looking forward to playing off ball more too, because it's just adding to his game.
Right.
It's just adding to his game, which he wants to do. He wants to improve. He wants to do more. So
yep, no weaknesses. You can do anything in the basketball court for sure. All right, guys, let's go to one more excerpt I have from that. It was a lot of good stuff in there, man. I just grabbed a couple things. Make sure you guys go check that out as well. But the last thing that he talked about was the series against the Knicks that I have written down here. The series against the Knicks. And it's funny because a couple days ago, Draymond Green, who is very controversial, either hate him or you love him. He said that the Pistons should have beaten the Knicks in the playoffs last year, right? And a lot of people are like, man, Draymond always talking about the Knicks, always got something to say, all these different things. But Cade said the same thing, guys. Yeah. He was like, we should have beat them.
Yeah.
But here's the part that I liked. is that he took ownership for the role that he played in not beating them. And it's funny because KD kind of went there first. And I like that they can kind of be honest with each other.
Right.
Like publicly. Because KD was like, man, you didn't shoot good. You didn't shoot good. And KD was like, yeah, I didn't shoot good at all, bro. I didn't shoot.
Too passive is what he said. Too passive.
He said he was too passive. And he said there's a difference between, like he said, at first I was looking to, be aggressive and then make the right play out of it. But now I'm looking to be aggressive and make the right play. Like, and it's a small difference in saying the same thing, but meaning it differently, just a mindset thing. Right. And it seems like he understands more so how to do that this time around. And you see it even in the games that we're winning by close amounts, at close games. Like there were moments last year in that series where he just couldn't knock down shots in the clutch.
Right.
First time there, good shots. He just couldn't get them to fall. I feel like this year's version would have made those shots.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
just a different level of play, different level of mentality that you could only get by being there.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, but I like that he took ownership. He wasn't saying, he wasn't even blaming it on missed calls or anything. Right. He was just saying, I messed up. I, as the leader of this team, could have been better. I could have made those shots. I. The same way the documentary for Under the Hood with the Pistons, in the practice, he was saying, Coach, we got to run out again, Coach. We got to be better. Yeah. And Coach said, what, Coach has got to be better? He said, no. Us, the players, we got to be better. Like he's always, and that's why people like him. Is that he's galvanizing, like he's always putting himself on the front line with his guys. Mm-hmm. I love that. He also said one more thing is that he's also had that mentality of, being a voice, trying to be a positive voice. He was always saying that, like even as a kid, he was saying that. I saw it when he was at Oklahoma State, when he was at Mount Verde, when he was at Summer League with the Pistons. You saw him like, hey, come on, y'all, bring it in, bring it. Like, he's always done that. Yep. He always had those leadership qualities. So you couldn't ask for a better leader. Go ahead.
Off the bench today. I mean, Kelser pointed it out in the broadcast. Like after Stu got his flagrant, Kane sat next to Cade. The next play he went in and hit that 3, and Cade was up cheering for him. Like, like it's just he's super involved. There are very few times these last few games that Cade's been out that he hasn't been on his feet after something good happens. And I've talked about it before too. I mean, I just mentioned it, like the way he brings guys up in post-game interviews, the way he brings guys up to talk about, like, he's like, I don't want to just talk about myself because like, I want to, bring my team into it because they're making this happen. And then I agree with you too. Like there's plenty of reasons why I could have said that we should have been in the Knicks. A lot that comes to mind are some missed calls or, some bad calls that led to, like a Sar fouling out, some little things, little things. So we lost the whole series by 6 points total. Yeah. But then for Cade to not even mention that, he said we should have won, but this is what I could have done differently to make sure that happened.
Exactly.
Didn't say anything about his team, didn't say anything about his coach, didn't say anything about the refs. Mm-hmm. Just, I know that what I could have done better to ensure that we won. So
you got to love it as a teammate. Like you want to play for a guy like that. You want to play with a guy like that. And that's why I think guys like Stu, you always see Stu listening to Cade. He's always like just that's his guy. It's kind of like Michael Jordan and Charles Oakley. Like he's his bodyguard. Like you ain't gonna mess with my guard. It's the same kind of thing. Like you can see the relationship is there with those guys. And I think that's because once again, just the mentality and the personality and the maturity that Cade has. And it's funny, somebody said that KD also said that they should have beat them in that series. So it's like people know, like they can see the growth of this team, not even knowing what they're doing, like just figuring out on the fly, still giving the Eastern Conference finalists problems. Yeah. So it's like come this year, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. So
that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. It's pretty funny to talk about, like Nick Nurse has been complaining about reffing the past few games, and the one after, I thought for sure there's no way he would complain about the one against us because we only shot 3 more free throws, but that's what he came to. He said that we were the more physical team, too physical at times. It's like, well, we adjusted to how the rest were calling it because that's what we've been learning too. I think we've been learning how to adjust our defense to the way the refs are calling it.
Right.
Because we've had early foul trouble in past games and stuff. So we knew when to play physical tonight and we knew when to not and knew when to pull it back. And that's, again, like the no excuses thing is just huge for me in terms of being a fan of this team. I don't want to be a team that's like, it's kind of like for me, like rooting for the Chiefs. I don't want to be a team that falls to the ground and complains every single time they don't flag or whatever. This team really just learns to fight through it. And we talked about that with Ron's poker face. We talked about that with JD starting to just get up the floor or just create his own shot to the point of like, well, I'm going to try to make it go in no matter what. I'm not just going to try to draw the foul. They're really learning that. And it just makes the basketball so much more fun and just so much more like backed up. Like I can back this up. We can back this game up knowing that we weren't flopping out there.
Exactly. Do it the right way. Like Coach Brown used to always say. Right?
Like Larry Brown. Like probably JB too. JB.
And imagine how many lessons Cannon passed on to Cade that Cannon got from Larry Brown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot that goes into this guy, man. It's a lot that really goes into. Real quick, let's get through a few more comments, guys, and we'll call it tonight. Eastside says that's a good comp, Deuce, MJ and Oak vibe for sure. Yeah, like MJ always used to like make sure that people respected Oak on the court too, though. Like, you know, he was always trying to give him the ball. Like, he's a part of this team. And Oak was like, okay. He liked that because Oak wasn't like the most talented guy. He was a strong player. He was an enforcer, good rebounder, but he wasn't like a star. But MJ always tried to get him the ball. He always looked out for him. So as a result, Oak was like, okay, I got your back now. It's the same kind of thing. Organic says, Cade earned Stewart's respect when he went in the 3-point stance and tried to tackle Stu when LeBron. I remember that. Yeah. He tried to get in the way. He kind of like he didn't want to get hurt, you know, but he tried his best. I remember that too, Organic. That was funny. Great Beard 78 says, thanks for the mention of that KD interview. I hadn't heard about it yet. Got that on deck to watch after this. You two are doing a great job. Thank you. Yeah, check it out, bro. It was really good.
And KD was vibing. Like it's an easy watch because they're definitely feeding off of each other. So
yeah,
it's cool.
You couldn't tell the cameras were there for a minute. Like they were just kind of having a conversation, which I thought was dope.
KD as an interviewer, it wasn't awkward. It was just, you know, just talking as two guys that love the game. So
yeah,
it makes me definitely more excited to play the Rockets again. I know we already took them down once, but just to see that. And KD also gave Cade really good advice on just soaking in the moment with his shoe deal too. Really good advice of like just be involved. Like, this is huge, and the All-Star game too. He mentioned, and it's just huge, and it's your first time. Like, he just really validated some of the big milestones that Cade has hit that maybe the media, I feel like, hasn't gotten to yet. There's still some. This year has been different, but there's still some doubts of, I don't know, not doubts, but like he's just not as mentioned as he should be. You know, and for what he does for this team and what he's done as a player so far. I mean, last year was his best year yet, but this is like now I think, you know, he's all-star with JD and even more. He's in MVP conversations, was we talked about. So the big jump, really just called it out. And I'm sure for Cade, as a humble guy, as a guy who just wants to play the game, I'm sure to hear that from a guy like Kevin Durant is incredible for him as well.
100%. Yeah, it's kind of like a passing of the torch in a sense, as far as who's going to be that guy, you know. So I think that's pretty cool. The same way Charles Oakley passed that torch on to Ben Wallace as far as being that guy. So Ryan, you're right about that, because he was a mentor for him at I think it was Virginia Union when he took him under his wing. So yeah, 100%. It's the same kind of thing, Ryan. You get it for sure. Travis, everybody, you guys get it. Cade deserves more attention. Not only hit 10 games, a nice round number of 10. I think tomorrow on First Take you might see the Pistons start getting some headlines and things like that, because, you know, at this point, it's like, what do they got to do? I think at this point now we start seeing that more.
I think tomorrow's game, is it tomorrow's? One of the games that we had nationally televised got booted for a Spurs game. And now Wemby's injured. I think it was tomorrow's. That's kind of a bummer, because I don't know if Cade's going to be back, but that would have been a fun one. These guys, and maybe they'll second guess to boot a Pistons game off of national TV again.
Hope so. I mean, it's the hottest team in the league right now. Them in the Thunder. So
really? I mean, and the Nuggets are on their 7 games, and they just lost to the Bulls. So I think we have the longest streak right now.
Yeah. Somebody just said Phoenix just got blew. Who did you guys say Phoenix just blew out?
I saw that. They said Atlanta, but it's not true. Atlanta won yesterday. Atlanta came back. Phoenix was up by a lot yesterday, and Atlanta came back to win it by 2.
Okay.
That's what I saw. I didn't see them playing tonight. So
okay. Well, either way, we're going to keep this train moving for sure.
Yes.
Hopefully we can get to 11 tomorrow night.
Ooh.
So guys, we're going to end it there. No time for the Pistons to enjoy this win because they hit the road tomorrow night to take on the Atlanta Hawks in a back-to-back. So hopefully they are able to get some rest in preparation for that one. I would imagine they are flying out to Atlanta tonight so they can get an early start tomorrow morning. But guys, this has been a great show. We appreciate you guys always showing us support, showing up and showing out as you guys always do. This has been a lot of fun. Got a chance to talk about the Pistons win. Talked about a little JI, talked about a little Cade, a little KD. It's been fun. So guys, D Davis, we will do these standings tomorrow night. We don't want to make this 3 hours long. All right. Tomorrow night, come on back. We'll talk a little standings after the game tomorrow night. Hopefully we can talk about it in good spirits and we can talk about them being 13-2.
With the loss of the Knicks, we're up 3.5 games on the East. Number 1, guys. That's
3.5.
Yeah.
It ain't no reason to bring nobody back. No time soon. Just let the good times roll and let these guys keep repping it out and let them guys keep breasting it up. So We'll end it there, guys. We appreciate all you guys' support, man. That's a wrap for the show. Shout out to all you guys, man. We really do appreciate you. But you guys know the drill, man. We will see you guys tomorrow night. But Thank Detroit versus everybody.
10.
Peace. 10 games in a row.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'm gonna be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think it's just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of K9. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear your shade. Talking that shop, you must want this way. Tryna tell ya, put the dog palm, mess around, find out, Tryna tell ya, put the dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that. When you're ready for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that.